All right, are you? We're getting right into this because if you, by the way, I got to make sure I put this up here because a lot of people probably were not here yesterday. I want to make sure you all read this, that we're not here yesterday. Oh, also this is important. I should show the whole thing, right? So I have a little program that was made. Here, I'll just put it up. But let's put the whole thing up because a lot of you probably weren't here. Why do I have this in such wrong order? Okay, well, I fucked the joke up. The joke was done yesterday, so who cares, right?
Don't. Please don't.
Right off the bat, we're going to do Chrono Cross. Chrono Cross is the sequel to Chrono Trigger, obviously. But anyways, Chrono Cross is sequel to Chrono Trigger. It was a PlayStation 1 game. It's unfortunately kind of not great. I would give this game, if you were to give me a true, hey, like, forget about nostalgia and how much you cared about this whole franchise, I would give this game probably like a 7 or like a 6.8 out of 10. And that's because it directly compares to Chrono Trigger, which is like a 10.0 to me. I think the game was just a little too, it went kind of completely off the rails. The story is kind of all over the place. It's interesting, but also not interesting at all. There's 40 fucking playable characters, so it can be kind of difficult to really get like a group that you, okay, this is the group of the video game. But in that same world, it can be fun to kind of make a weird team that is like, oh, can I make this team work? It's a kind of a Pokemon system where red beats blue. Everybody has like a magic kind of stamp on them. It's like, oh, red beats blue, but blue beats green, and green beats yellow, and yellow beats white, and white you know what I mean? It's one of those kind of systems. I'm not going to eliminate this, but it's definitely not 4. And I don't even think it's 3. But it's definitely up there. I'm going to give it 2, because I think that's where it belongs. Bushido Blade. This is a fighting game where you die in one hit. It was awesome. This is one of those games where anything can kill you. If you get touched with the sword, you pretty much die. And the characters were all pretty different too. They all had different weapons and different play styles. It was always so funny when somebody said their opening kind of tagline and yeah, like that, and they're just dead. I think I'm gonna give this game a 1. I'm not gonna eliminate it because I think it's great. It's definitely, I played a lot of it. I want to stream it again, maybe. It was fun. All right, Family Feud, the Louis Anderson edition, specifically the Louis Anderson edition. I've played Family Feud. I want to say probably 30 times on this stream. I've played every version for every console, for every computer, for every all the way back to like the Amiga. This is the best version of this game. Okay, I gotta correct this person because there's always one every 20 minutes. This person says, "I love this game. It was so incredible." Gives it a 1. These are Michelin stars. These are Michelin stars. Everything on this list is the best restaurant in your town. They're all Michelin-starred restaurants. The 1-star Michelin star versus a 4-star Michelin is a difference. There's a big difference. But that doesn't mean that that you're still going to a 2-star Michelin restaurant. I'm more of a Zagat's guy. Oh, delish desserts. I just think of Chris Farley every time. The Zagat's. Oh God, the Chris Farley skit is so funny with that. But yeah, they're all Michelin stars. It's not, this one is, I'm giving this like 1 star out of 4. You get it. So this one's probably a 1.
Name something a teacher might take away from a pupil.
Note in class. Yep. That's number 1 for sure. All right, yeah, this is a 1 star. It's great. I love it. Not quite a 2. I feel like the PlayStation 1 is going to have a lot of 1 to 2 stars. All right, this is Die Hard Trilogy. This is a game that was broken up into like 3 different games. It was this 3rd-person game. There was also a kind of a first-person on-rails shooter included in this as well. But yeah, you play it as the Die Hard trilogy, Die Hard movies. This is back when licensed video games and licensed movies were great. They were very good. Some of the best games I've ever made were licensed games. Was that a different? Oh, no, wait. Okay, here's one. So this was a driving segment. There were driving segments. Yeah, this is more of like the kind of light gun without the light gun. This game was good. It was like 3 different distinct genres in one. It was kind of crazy. I'll give it a 1. All right, this is where it gets weird because the original Grand Theft Auto, I spent a lot of time on. It was my first real kind of, obviously my first ever experience with GTA, but it was also one of those open world games that they weren't very many of these. I think I'm not going to give this 4 because I didn't play this enough or cared about it enough back in the day that I did with stuff like GTA 4 and 5. In fact, I don't even know if... I don't know. That's gonna be weird. I think this is a 2. I think this is probably a 2. Yeah. And it's sequel if it's on here. It is. Yeah, both of these are 2s. Okay, this is Heart of Darkness. This game, nobody cares about this game. Nobody knows about this game but me. I'm the only guy that knows... I'm the only one that knows about this game. This is a first 4-star PlayStation game. This is made by the same dude that was responsible for Another World or Out of This World, which is also a fantastic game. You'll be able to tell just judging by the kind of the way things are. The reason why this game is so high is because it was on multiple discs, but all the backgrounds are... Let's see if I can get a good view of this. The animation, this is like full CG animated shit back on the PlayStation 1, and this was early PS1. I mean, this was his magnum opus. I think it's unfortunate because, I forget his name, but this game was so difficult to develop, and he spent so much time on this. I think he quit game development because of this game. Because it just was so too much, and it was such a fucking mess. I think this was one of the games that he was like, I'm kind of done. It didn't really sell that well, it didn't really do very well, it got kind of panned at the time. It was just way too hard and way too weird, I think, for people to appreciate what was underneath all that. And the game is very, very difficult, like I said. It's one of those get hit once, you die. If one of these guys touches you, and they... Well, he got touched, but you know what I'm saying? You don't have a health bar, you just die if the game decides you're gonna die in 1 second. But what's the best part about this game is all the backgrounds are like these pre-rendered cutscenes. So he'll jump across, just wait till he jumps across. You'll jump across like a cavern, and the cavern will collapse behind you, and it's pre-rendered CG behind you. But this shit was really difficult. Also, I have a video on this game, and I'm gonna repeat what that guy from 15 years ago said. This has got some of the most, like, brutal ways to die. There's dozens and dozens of custom death animations for this poor little dude. Like, being eaten, being, like, burnt, being, like, exploded. It's crazy that they put that all in. But I consider this one of my favorite games of all time, and probably one of my favorite PlayStation games. Final Fantasy VII is not on this list, but this is. I thought this was Donald Duck? Do you see what I mean? Like, dude, this is awesome. And shit would go right into a cutscene and then would come out of a cutscene. It was very ahead of its time, it was, and unfortunately it made the dude want to quit video games forever. But if you ever played Another World, and you say to yourself, well, that was a really wild experience. I wish there was something else like that. You'd play this. Because it's as if Another World had like a machine gun. It's a beautiful game. It's a wonderful experience. 10 out of 10, recommend it. This is one of those classic PS1 games that is medieval. And I loved the vibe of this game more than I liked playing the actual game. I love this game's whole aesthetic. But I didn't really... I guess I did... Did I? I beat it like twice. I think I would give this a 1. It's one of those like classic launch area titles of the PlayStation 1. It was in every single trailer ever. It was in every single teaser and promo for the PlayStation. Look what we can do now. Look what we can do now. Look what we can do now. I think it's incredibly important. Not just to like gaming as a whole, but to me too, this is like, holy shit, PlayStation 1 and medieval. I love this little guy. I'll give it a 1. Let it fry for its life. Hey, look, Mega Man Legends. Is there a video of me saying that I hate this game? Because I would like to retract that statement from 2019 or whatever it was. I notoriously never played the second one, and I told everybody I was going to play it like a week later. The disc is still sitting behind me. It's one of the only Mega Mans on this list because, well, of course, it's one of the weird ones. I have to put a weird Mega Man on here. I'm thinking about giving this a 2. Because I do remember how much fun it was to, like, do this. And how kind of different this whole thing was at the time. Normal Mega Man is a snore. This was a great one, though. I'm gonna give this a 2. I think it belongs there. Alright, here we go. It's time for another... Do I give this a 4 right now? Just get it out of the way. It's just like changed... One of those changed everything video games. I love this game because everybody that got to that part where you had to get tortured, it was very difficult to not have... You have to get to the end screen. I would always... Didn't matter who I used to get phone calls about this. You had to tap circle as fast as you could to avoid getting, I think it was a very, very specific part of unlocking secret shit, was you had to withstand the torture. And it was very difficult. And I could do that. I was in, is that, wait, that's in 2? No, that's in 1, that's in 1. That's definitely in 1. It was for a different ending. Yeah, that's the only way you get the true ending. So I did this one day, over a friend's house. Because my friend owned this game. I didn't own this game. So he got to the part of the game where he needed my help. Because I was over there watching him play it. And I took the controller and I destroyed that and beat it. He got his true ending, and then word got around that like I was the guy that could do that. So people were kind of giving me calls and calling me, "Hey man, what's up, dude? How you doing? Hey, how's things? Oh, dude, how's you want to like come over and we can like catch up a little bit? Oh, do we ride our bikes? Oh, also, you like Metal Gear Solid, right? Yeah, of course I do. Oh man, like it'd be crazy if you came over and I'm at this part that's like wicked difficult, but I heard you're fucking sick." And I would beat this up for like 3 different people. I was the one that could withstand the Metal Gear Solid torture of my friend group. That's a lie. It's really not. It really isn't. What a dumb thing to lie about. Like that's the stupidest thing I could lie about. I should tell you I can like bench press 250. That's like fucking that. Okay. I was the Metal Gear Solid torture guy. I mean, for a time, and then I got my own copy. I mean, it's the best action stealth espionage tactical shoot eat ration talk to Otacon game in history. Again, what? Oh, dude! Oh, I'm a liar, huh? Oh, I'm a liar. Oh, look at how much of a liar he is. Check this out. Check this out. Look at how fucking hard this was. You had to tap circle 1,000 times. They did this to you like over and over and over again. Oh, we're not finished yet. Do it again. Look at the timer. Look at that health. You had to like... This shit was fucking impossible. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 4 stars. One of the best games ever made. Monster Rancher 2, also 4 stars. I actually might give it a 3. I just thought about it for one more second. Hold on. No, this gets a 4. It's definitely a 4. It's definitely one of my favorite games ever. This could go toe-to-toe with Metal Gear Solid, which it will. But I have to decide which one's more important to me. This one's more important to me than anything. This is gonna beat like half the shit on this entire list. This is a 4. There's gonna be a lot of 4s, but that's fine. I'll be able to find out what's truly my top like 50 to 60 really is. All the stream content, all the like the tournament that we did, it's just both impact and fun. The CD shit, dude, you know how many draws I rifled through when I was younger to find every single CD in the entire house? It's a 4 star. You all know it. We don't need to talk about it anymore. Okay, Oddworld is another one of those. Like, PlayStation is a new console, and look at how crazy it is that you can do so much interesting things. With that being said, it's going to get eliminated. And I say that because while I loved this game, and I loved seeing all the demos all over the GameStop, and how much I remember being at a friend's house and him running in circles, and getting the controller handed to me, and me being like, bro, I don't know where to go. And then later on, as like a grown man, having the same reaction I had when I was like 16, but still loving the art, loving the style. I mean, it's just... I remember doing exactly what this guy's doing right now. It's incredibly difficult. Everything can kill you. Everybody has a gun that shoots across the whole map. I love it though. I love this whole thing. I remember all the advertisements for it. I remember being at friends' houses and we just laughing. In my PlayStation catalog that I was ever exposed to, that I ever really cared about, that's not one of them. That's gonna continue. Yeah, you wanna talk about impact? Parappa the Rapper. I got this on Christmas, and when I unwrapped that, and I saw what was in that present, I was like, there's no way. I actually got Parappa the Rapper. And the game is very simple, but it was at a point in time when, I don't know, it just like, stuff like this might seem nowadays as kind of a little dated, maybe? But you gotta remember, back when this stuff wasn't really that prevalent, how many things this game spawned, how many creative minds this thing tapped into, how many developers, how many just people that make anything. People put Parappa the Rapper like up there in their top 10, top 20. It influenced the entire space and everyone in it for a decade. You ever play 2? Oh, I've streamed all these games. Even the one that's coming up underneath this, that's gonna be hard to rate. And again, I have another, the Burger Boy technique. Getting cool was really, really hard unless you gave the controller to Burger Boy, because he would just mash every button. And it was just like, and it would just be like, do it, and he would get cool. And I remember being so annoyed because like I would get it so perfect. Like, I gotta relieve, I gotta redeem. And he would just be like, and they would work. And I'd be like, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. And then you get to do the freestyle and it's the funniest shit ever. Because it's just like 5 words. Like, yeah, it's like, scream, go, oh, uh-oh, scream. So it's like, scream, 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 uh-oh, scream, 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 I'm gonna scream, I'm gonna scream, I'm gonna scream. And, oh God, I gotta play this game again. It was really easy to fail, even if you did good. I streamed this like a year or 2 ago. You know, you get it. Okay, I'm gonna do something here that people are not gonna like. Myself included. This is the best light gun game franchise. Without a doubt. You've seen me play it when I had my CRT. Point Blank is the best light gun game. Better than Time Crisis. Better than House of the Dead. Point Blank is where it's at. 100%. The problem is, I just had to put these all on here because they meant so much. I had the light gun. I did eventually have the light gun in my adult years. For Point Blank. It was kind of like Mario Party meets light gun. And I think that's why it was so fun. It was almost like, no, it was almost like WarioWare, Mario Party, and Duck Hunt had a baby. And that was why it was just so engaging. Dr. Don and Dr. Dan, obviously iconic video game characters that have been forgotten. I don't know how they haven't been in anything else. I think they were like stickers in the PlayStation Smash Brothers Ultimate game or something. I don't know if any, I think what I'm, because I put, let's just go down here just for you to see it. The arcade version of this game, this one here, is the one that I probably put the most time into, if that makes sense. If I'm going to rate a Point Blank, it probably should be the arcade one. I remember going to this machine when the arcade was a big thing and getting a handful of tokens in my pocket. I would go to this machine and I would stay there until all the tokens were gone because I just wanted to play it over. I probably sat there for like hours playing this. And yeah, was there a line of people behind me saying like, come on, dude, and me being, you know, with a snarl and then foam in my mouth, like, yay! But whatever, it's a 2-player game. I'm gonna give it 3. I'm gonna give that like 3 as a franchise, and how, because that's like incredibly important, but not quite there all the way. And I'm gonna do this. That's painful to do that, but I think it makes sense. All right, original Resident Evil for the PlayStation 1. I don't know how this gets anything lower than a 4. The problem with giving this a 4, though, which I'm afraid to do, is that then every Resident Evil game that I also is on this list, is it a Mario situation where they're all a 4? Or should I be realistic? Because Resident Evil 2 is on here. The remakes are on here, too. Those are definitely not getting 4. I love the get this key to go in that door, kind of like Metroid-esque. I'm figuring something out about myself here. I love the Metroid sort of get this key to open that door. Those doors are locked, but you know they're there. Go back after you get that power up and go after you get that key and go in that door. A ton of these games do that. Not a single Metroid game is on this list. I don't care about Metroid like at all. I've never even played them. I played the Super Metroid game and I was like, oh, this is kind of good. I've never played a single Metroid game. Period. But I've played all the games that are copying that original formula. It's called a Metroidvania. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. Not a single Metroid game on this list, but yeah, this is 4. That's fine. It's fine to have a bunch of 4s. It'll be interesting at that final tier list. Who could forget this game in Leon's first day of work? The remake was really good too, but it just stands side by side with Resident Evil 1. Now, Resident Evil 3 is not on here, and I don't... Wait, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Did I put Resident Evil 3 on here? Just to have the trilogy? But the first handful of sequences, especially being out in Raccoon City, being in these like hallways, this kind of dank, dark alleys. I love that there's been some studios and some independent studios that have been going back to this formula of nasty, gnarly, ugly fucking games. I don't want the fucking Unreal 5 lighting. I want nasty, ugly, gnarly. Even if the game is not horror. Bring back the gnarly, dirty, rusty fucking games. I don't even care. Bring them back. Bring back those textures that like just, oh. And I did see the Code Veronica thing. That's really cool. But it's, the remakes of these games make them look better and kind of up the graphics and make the textures better. I would love to see like a Resident Evil 10 and they just say, you know what, fuck it. We're gonna make an $100 million Resident Evil 2 like, right? Like those old style graphics. I feel like that'd be awesome. Why is Harvester on the list? Well, it's on the list for me to do this. But Harvester is an unforgettable, horrific game. If you can stomach how uncanny and awful and weird this game is, it stays with you for months. And there's nothing even truly, there's no like jump scares or like screaming monsters or like a giant alien that jumps and screams in your face. It's not, it's just so unsettling and awful. It's just bizarre. It's weird. It's one of those, you know, sprite FMV actor games, which is, it's just, I feel like if people started doing these too, I feel like this would hit pretty hard nowadays as well. Playing through this on stream was one of the strangest and most off-putting experiences of my life. And honestly, this game might even be TOS. I don't even know if it is. Is this game like banned on Twitch? Like as of 2025, 2026? No, okay. Because I remember it was somebody just awful themes and it was, I can't even describe it. But it's not gonna, I don't think it's gonna move on, but it had to be on this list so you could just see it again and realize if you've never heard of this game before, it is absolutely an M18 plus experience and it's gonna stay with you for like 3 months. So if you're not prepared for that, I would not recommend it. I remember the Horsemen were talking about this, like, oh, should I play it? And it's like, if you want like to like a month to go by and have you to be like, just, ugh, it's like, bleh. It's like, feel like gross. Okay, the Neverhood. This is, let's just do that. I am going to be very honest with everybody here. It's going to be very difficult, in fact, nearly impossible for something to be more important than this game. Anything. I'm talking Team Fortress 2. I'm talking World of Warcraft. I'm talking Diablo. It's going to be very difficult. That's going to be hard to do this. This is the single greatest video game experience I've ever had in my entire life. Probably. This is back when DreamWorks... So this is a weird scenario here where like DreamWorks at one point was like, you know what? We're going to make crazy high fidelity video games. It's back at a time when these kind of claymation based, clay was kind of really in back in like the kind of mid 90s. It stuck with me for the rest of my life. Everything is like handmade in clay, everything, it's a point and click adventure game. They went on to make a couple of sequels that I didn't really think were very good, but still okay. The music of this guy, Terry Scott Taylor, you've heard this soundtrack 1,000 times. It's just one of the most important pieces of media. TV show, movie, book, game, it's up there in like the top 3. God, I love this soundtrack so much. And everything is, and by the way, let's keep this in mind. None of this is fake. This is all 100% made out of clay or wood. The entire game is. And some of these scenes were, and you know what else is really interesting about this game? Actually, Holly brought this up when I was talking about this. There's something about the black background that adds to the contrast, that adds to this game's uneasiness. It seems like so void and so empty and so just the black background. When you go into the first person mode and you walk around this kind of neighborhood, the actual like town itself, and the music is like scary, and just look at this black background, this black void. It's a 4-star, and they did make a couple of sequels. I have a video on this game. I've talked about it 1,000 times. Generally one of my favorite games of all time, nothing like it. There really is just kind of nothing like this. And there's been some indie studios that have made some kind of games in this kind of world, but it just doesn't hit the same way. This character, and this is the Earthworm Jim, people that made Earthworm Jim. And it's just that kind of weird, cartoony, but not all the way cartoony. This game feels like an expensive Soviet film. Oh no, expressive Soviet film. Yeah, I kind of get what you mean. It stays with you. It'll stay with you forever. I played it when I was like 12, 13. And games like this is the reason why I turned into the guy that I turned into. It's just a fact. Doesn't matter how I want to spin it or talk about it. This just is a fact. That's going to be one of the hardest games to beat in that like top 10 list for sure. So going back down here, doing all that, the actual reason why I want to do that first is because this is the sequel. This is technically the Neighborhood 2. They decided that they were going to make it a kind of a platformer. It went from being like an adventure game to a 2D platformer. I still like it. I still really love it for its existence. The soundtrack is amazing. Again, it's Terry Scott Taylor again. But it just didn't hit the same. It wasn't really a great platformer as much as it was a great, again, showcasing what cool claymation can look like. And there's people that fart. So I know all you farters out there. See, it's so ugly, but in the cleanest, most beautiful way. Do you know what I mean when I say that? This is what got me into wanting to do clay stuff too. Like it's just, oh. But yeah, it just was, they went a different route with it. Didn't really love the platforming, but I'm glad it exists. But I'm gonna do something that's very difficult for me to do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to do it. I had to give it one. I had to give it one. I had to give it one. I couldn't just let it go. I couldn't just let it go. It gets one. It can fight for its life. Theme Hospital. Great on PlayStation. They actually remade it, didn't they? Another game where you just kind of people come in with like invisibility is a disease that you have to cure. It was a fun kind of tycoon simulation game that didn't take itself really seriously at all, which are my favorite kind of tycoon games because I don't really love those games where it's like you need to read the spreadsheet to be able to play or understand what's going on. Or I just want to kind of make the fun buildings and have the people do stuff. 2 Point Hospital. Right. I'm going to give this one. There's a place where everyone can be happy. It's the most beautiful place in the whole wide fucking world. Actually, probably shouldn't play this because the VOD is going to get deleted. Tony Hawk 2 is the best Tony Hawk in my opinion. It's my favorite one. The other ones are fantastic, but they just kind of don't compare to the way that I felt when I was playing this for the first time. I loved the balance of collecting things and level design. I think School is my favorite level that they've ever made, and this is where it was introduced. School is the best level, period. It's one of the best skateboarding games. It's also one of the best games of all time. It's just amazing. All right, Tony Hawk 1 is gonna get a 2. No. Yes. Tony Hawk's gonna get a 2. Only because I wanted to fight for a position. I think this is a great introduction to the series. And of course, it is legendary for its existence because without this, we don't get 2 or 3, right? But I think this is a far better game. I had way more fun in this one. So let's see. It's got 2 stars. Let's see how it goes. It's got a chance to move up. Twisted Metal is not okay. And let me give you let's do a quick little story here. I played this game very recently. I went into it thinking that this is one of my favorite. I have so many memories of playing Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal 2. Oh, it's me, Calypso. Oh, and how do you feel about that? You sure are now going to be in big trouble, aren't you now? Calypso. Everybody loved it. Of course, like the first 2 games. Oh, well, we do have an incredible... I have no lines. Give me a line. Give me a line. Give me a line. I don't know any lines. I'm just saying fucking, like, additives. Give me a line from Calypso. I am Calypso, and I thank you for playing Twisted Metal. That's why this is on this list. The game sucks. I played this recently, and I was like, my God, this game is not fun at all. This game's terrible. I have such fond memories of playing this game, and I went back to play it, and I was like, why is this so... This controls is so bad. I can't even see what I'm doing. I think it deserves to be on the list. And just the original one. I know that there's 10 different versions of this game. There's a television show about this game now, but it's this one, the one that I spent the most time with. Those that know, know. Let's let it fight. I'm Jerma Lemmy is Parappa the Rapper, but you have a guitar. Arguably has some of the best tracks of any of these games. I almost just swallowed my tongue. His dentures came out. Dude, that's such a fucking funny joke. Okay. In some point in the future, I'm gonna be talking and dentures are gonna come out. But you're gonna tell, because my teeth are gonna be wicked fucking weird looking. How does that even happen? How do your outer dentures come out of your mouth? Are they not like glued in? Well, not glued in, but isn't there denture adhesive? Is it just because you're not wearing the denture adhesive and you're like, I can get through this? Yeah, I'm Jeremy Lammy. It is a Parappa the Rappa like. I'm gonna give this a 1. No, I'll give it 2. This didn't hit with me the same that Parappa did, but I still really 2 Michelin starred it. Oh yeah, this game. WrestleMania, this game, oh yes! WrestleMania, the arcade game. Where you play Doink the Clown, dude. Oh man, yeah, this is a 2 at least. I played this not just here. Yeah, come on now. This saw multiple hours over multiple systems, over multiple friends' houses. Everybody had their own kind of, it was these FMV sprites, but also cartoony, oh, the Undertaker has bats come out of him. Everybody had like their own little thing. Oh, nice, I'm glad we... Oh, The Undertaker versus The Undertaker! The Undertaker versus The Undertaker! That's back when games just put in, oh, I love it. That just sound file, that just play sound file 1, play sound file 1. Yeah, this one's great. All right, PlayStation 1 is done. That leaves us with the biggest category, the only category that's left besides arcade. And that's PC. The PC section. Well, actually, and, you know, I'm going to do this. We'll do that at the end. Okay, hold on. I just saw this and I need to think about it. This is Lost Odyssey. This game's soundtrack is unbelievably good. And it's the only reason why it's on this list. Yeah, this is the car CD. This is the song. That's the song that played. When I had a bunch of acquaintances that I didn't really know that well, I drove them home and it was in the fucking CD player. And I remember I'd never met any of the, well, no, I'd met some of them. And I'd spent a little bit of time with most of them. There's probably 5 people in my car. We're at kind of like a how do you do? How's the weather? Kind of a relationship, you know what I'm saying? And that CD was in the car, and it was a situation where yeah, I can drive everybody home. That sounds great. Sir, everybody get in the car. Nice to meet you. What's your name? Oh, Jeremy. Excellent. Oh yeah, I know Doug over there. Yeah, of course. Cool. Yeah, no, go on and get in. And that being in the radio, and everybody gets in, car turns on, we go, oh, let's put on the radio? Yeah, let's put the radio on. And this is the fucking thing that was just there. CD button gets pressed. This is the fucking thing that's in there. My Lost Odyssey OST CD. And I remember being like, what do I do? Because this is awesome. It's a great soundtrack. I didn't say it was from a video game. I was like, oh, this is a composer that, classical music, there's, we know Mozart and all those guys, but like this is a guy that's different than Mozart. I mean, you've probably heard that before. Dude, I went like Porky Pig style. What's even funnier, I never spoke to a single person that was in that car ever again for the rest of my life. For the rest of my life. That was the first and only real interaction outside of like we are just acquaintances in the same room. They probably still tell that story. I have to get rid of it because of that. But that game is actually really fun. Wait, should I do that? No, wait a minute. No, I have to. There need to be eliminations. I only have 37 eliminations. The story probably doesn't even register to them. I probably don't even remember who I am. I'm just one of those people that turn to dust in your brain. Do you know what I mean? Just like oh yeah, nice to meet you. My name's Jeremy. And I'm just gone. The soundtrack is phenomenal though. It's one of the best soundtracks. You know what? Hold on. Let me put the boss fight music on and we'll see. It was a good game too. It was actually a really good game. It was a turn-based RPG. A lot of fun items. There's a bunch of playable characters. It had like a time-based attack system. Is this guy sitting in his chair? Is this guy leaning back in his chair? Oh, so I think it's in the cutscene? Why does it sound like a guy moving like a big chair around? Oh, it's building a house. Okay. I thought it was like a fucking like shack level chair. Just kind of like somebody sitting in it. And this was like Xbox kind of was looking for exclusive stuff. I believe they were contracted to just, hey, we want to have some cool RPGs on the Xbox. Mistwalker, that's correct. That is Mistwalker's the one that did it. Xbox 360 only. Yeah, at the time they were trying to appeal to the Japanese market. Yeah, but I mean, these games are great. This game is actually very, very, very good. If you're looking for like a JRPG style game that you maybe never heard of before, that was really fun to play, this is definitely it. It's very good. You know what? Let it fight for his life. Fuck it. We'll do more. It's all right. Dude, look at all these. There's going to be like 100 4-star games. There's going to be a battle to the death once I have to do the actual 4-star tier list. Look at all. Oh, dude, it's all it made it on the list. It made it to the list. I know that a lot of people like fucking hate this game because they hate the community and they hate everybody that plays this, and it's like one of those games where, oh, the community. This game is incredible. It's one of the best. It's one of the best games. It's one of the best. It's one of the most fun games I think I've ever played. A lot of people see, like I said in my top games of 2015 list, it's one of those, again, like, you have to play it, you have to play it, you have to play it. It's incredible, it's incredible, it's incredible. You haven't played it yet? You didn't do it yet? Why didn't you do it yet? Why didn't you do it yet? Why didn't you do it yet? Right? I've done that to Stir with this game for like probably the last like 5 to 10 years. So I get it. It's probably really, really annoying. I do think just remove everything around this game. Just play it. Just play the game. If you've never played it, I'm sure you probably all heard about it. It's got one of the better soundtracks in any game. It's funny. It's a fun game. It's got a lot of interesting humor. It's just a great experience. The whole thing, just do not look at anything around this game. Just play the game. Okay, here's the problem. I got to use some determination. I got to be determined for this one. If I give it a 4, am I only giving it a 4 because I'm being performative? But if I give it a 3, am I only giving it a 3 to also be performative? Am I giving it a 4 because I don't want somebody in chat to threaten me? Am I giving it a 3 because I don't want somebody to do a bat chest if I do 4? How do I feel? How do I feel really about this game? No, I'm just kidding. I did that for the clip. All right, there's no chat here. There's no one here. I'm the only person here. 3 stars. Undertale's a 3-star game. One of the best experiences I probably have had in a game like this. It stuck with me for a very long time, but I don't think it crossed over into that threshold of, my God, this is all I can think about every fucking day. But I think it is an experience that every single person should have if you own a video game related machine. Now remember, 3, let's be honest, we have to be realistic. Okay, let me help you out here, all of you that are upset that I didn't give it 4. Hold on a second. Where does Undertale stand next to Gotcha Force? This is gonna beat Gotcha Force. Wait a minute. Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's no doubt. Do you see what I'm saying? Now do Vampire Survivors. All right. Dude, this game is sick. I told you guys that the PC list was going to take way shorter because I knew everything about it. But that honestly makes it way longer because I have a lot to talk about it. Whatever, I don't give a fuck. I'll do this for a month. I'll do this for the next week. I don't care. Dude, I played this more... me and Holly were obsessed with this game. It's like the first thing we did when we woke up and the last thing we did before we went to sleep at one point. Damn, this game is so good. But I think it actually should be... Oh, man. This is why this thing is so hard to do. It's definitely not 1. It's way more important than that. It's definitely not a 4. But maybe it might be eventually. Do you know what I'm saying? What I mean by that? I think 2 makes sense to me. And here's the thing. when this goes up against other shit and I have to eliminate other stuff, it probably will win most of those, which makes it up into 3-4. Oh, Viscera cleanup detail. This game, oh, it's age restricted. Okay, Viscera cleanup detail. I can't. Why is that age restricted? I'm gonna knock a couple out here back to back. I know I'm supposed to be going in order. I'll go in order. I know. We have completely jumped way too far. Dude, candy stand bullpen blast. Got a 1? Yeah, it did. Oh boy. This is a lot of 4s. Oh man, this is one of those games that just kind of develops the person that you turn into.
An actor, click actors and props.
3D Movie Maker.
Actors.
Some of the highest viewed, most beloved videos I've ever made were made in this game. I spent a decade playing this, making movies, sending it to friends. We would go over each other's houses and laugh at the crazy shit that we'd make. Learning about like shot selection and pacing of a scene, I started to care about that here. It's just the most important thing in my childhood. And it's a 4, and it will always be there. They made the Nickelodeon one, which was cool. It was like an expansion in my brain. But then they never did it ever again. I don't know why they don't make more stuff like this. Shit like this is so... It makes me just wish I had fucking $500 million in my checking account. Because I really do think stuff like this... I know that like Roblox exists and stuff like that. But that's more like game development kind of stuff. I wish there was more of this type of very easy to understand video kind of movie making shit, animation type stuff that's not incredibly difficult to process, because you know what okay, look at that list of what the guy can do. He can run, he can jump, he can fly, he can get up. And then you have to use your brain to decide like, hey, actually jump could be a backflip too. I just have to make him each frame. I have to kind of move him a little more. With how simple the game was, it bred such like invention through necessity. They're not making stuff like this to get younger people into creating things. At least in my view of like the kind of movie, television, animation world. I'm talking about easy ass shit like this. Yeah, you can learn Blender, you can learn like Godot, you can learn but there was a period in the 90s. There was so many of these like, oh, Looney Tunes, Acme Animation Studio, Mario Paint, 3D Movie Maker, The Simpsons, animate with Spider-Man animation, Spider-Man CD-ROM animation game. There was like a half a dozen of these that came out in like 1 year. Little Big Planet, yeah, but that's also kind of a video game. Has something come out that kind of teaches you and lets you play in the world of just sort of making television show, movie, animations stuff and being able to share it with your friends. Source Filmmaker. Source Filmmaker is hard though. It's hard to learn, I think. I'm talking something that like a 12-year-old could pick up and be like, oh, I get it. I know how this works. Okay, Black and White. This is the God game by Peter Molyneux. I have a lot of streams on this game. It's super funny. It's fun just to throw rocks at people. Dude, there's that part where the cow just kind of goes crazy. And it's just like smiling and like picking up rocks. And I'm gonna throw that rock at that person. And I didn't tell the cow to do that. And it was just like, why are you doing this? I'll give it 1. Let it fight. For those of you that don't know, it's a God game where you have followers. You have, what is this? Is this in the game or is this a mod? Why does this look so fucking weird? Okay, so Black and White is a God game. You have followers and you build up a world for them to live in. It's very biblical kind of shit. But you also have this thing called your creature. And it's how you interact with the world, because you don't have you are an ethereal being. You're not... Oh, there's the monkey. So the creature is how you interact with stuff besides like causing thunderstorms and whatever. And they have a mind of their own, and sometimes they'll just pick somebody up and throw them, or just crush somebody with a rock. It's great. A very, very good game. I'm gonna give it 1. Command & Conquer Red Alert. Oh, man. Best RTS, probably up there with maybe 2 or 3 things that I consider to be the best RTS. And most fun I've had. This is one of my first experiences playing a game online on PC. Going into those lobbies and, man, it doesn't... What a great game. And I'm not a big fan even of necessarily Red Alert 2 or the original Command & Conquer. They made a lot of Command & Conquers that I didn't really fuck with much of them besides this Red Alert one. I liked... Tiberian Sun was alright. Red Alert 2, I think, went a little too far in a direction that I didn't really love. Why do you only like 1 and not 2? I think that the art style of 2 went like a different direction. And that's when you could, when you can first bunker your troops, right? You could press a button and they could kind of dig into the ground. And then the art style went a little more cartoony. I prefer these kind of sprites. I like the sprite version rather than more of like the fully fleshed out kind of 3D, not 3D, 2D kind of animated characters. It's a really interesting game, and it's one of the best RTSs, period. 4 stars. Multiplayer was a blast. We were actually going to do multiplayer Horseman with this, and I still look forward to doing that. Counter-Strike 1.6. Where does this go? This is probably a 4, but it's probably a 3. The reason why I wouldn't give this a 4 is because I played way more TFC than I did this. This, Day of Defeat, and Team Fortress Classic are the trifecta of every afternoon when I was at this age. This original 1.6, the sound effects. CSGO is... God, what does it... I'm so far removed from the Counter-Strike stuff. Did they come out with Counter-Strike 2? So CSGO, then it was Counter-Strike 2. I don't know, I've never even seen what the main menu of Counter-Strike 2 even looks like. It probably deserves more for me, but I'm gonna let that play out and see when it goes up to other stuff. I played 1.6, I didn't play a lot of CSGO. I tried to. I even made a video on my channel. There's a video on my channel talking about how CSGO is coming out, and man, that's gonna be my main game on the channel. Oh my god, I was so wrong. Dude, Desktop Destroyer. Now this is a good one. This is one of those classic, is this a virus, old Windows 95 games? Which I don't know. It was fun. It was fun. This is also one of those things where you pretended to fuck up your family computer. I remember very specifically doing the prank. This is how we pranked people back in the day. It's a series of little tools to like destroy your desktop. And all it is just a screenshot of the desktop, and you're kind of just playing with a layer on top of the screenshot. But Dad didn't know that. Mom didn't know that. Friends didn't know that. So you'd pull this up and be like, oh, hey, dude, you see, like, oh, dude, I'm burning my desktop. What the fuck? And it'd be like, dude, how are you going to fix that? And it's like, is this a joke, dude? It was so much fun. But where's the thumb? There was this weird thumb character where you push down and it goes like, and it smudges all the stuff. Oh, hey, look. Diablo 2. Oh.
Beware.
Okay.
The evil is strong ahead.
Maybe I give this like a 2. I'm currently playing the remake right now. Look, just cut. I'm gonna move my mouth for like maybe 100 frames, and you can just go back to every VOD I've ever talked about this game and just loop the GIF and just play the VOD. Actually, you know what? I could probably just do this on my own. Give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. I like having multiple characters that are very distinct from each other. I don't like making a barbarian that's just every single barbarian ever. I don't want to play as my barbarian and just get stuff catered directly to my barbarian and only my barbarian. I hate it. Play Grim Dawn. And look, like I said, I know that other ARPGs do this, but there's something about Diablo 2 in particular that feels like it did it the best. And everybody else seems to try to do it somewhat differently. And it's like, bro, no. Just do the Diablo 2 formula. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. The Dorito already exists. We don't need to reinvent the Dorito. I want the Diablo 2 loot system. I don't want a bunch of other weird bullshit. Okay, let's check out the new system. You've never had a Doritos Locos taco? That's my favorite item at Taco Bell besides the Cheesy Gordita Crunch. Do you even know me? Okay, so as you can tell, there's other games that have tried to do this formula, like I just talked about. Diablo 2 did it the best. Diablo 2 is the best ARPG ever made. It's my favorite video game of all time. Or is it? We're gonna find out. The loot system, the generations that you get to keep, having your barbarian hand stuff down, getting the uniques that actually worked and didn't out-level them in 2 fucking minutes. Oh, dude, look, a legendary just dropped. It's a level 5 legendary. Oh, a level 6 item just dropped. Dude, throw the legendary in the trunk. No, go salvage it. I fucking hate video games. You know what? Let's get it out of the way, because we're on the topic. Diablo 3, I put on this list to destroy it. I put it on this list to destroy it. And why is it on this list if you hate this game so much? I don't hate this game. I think Diablo 3 is fine. But, to me, when they announced this game, I remember, look, this is probably in that VOD. I could skip forward 10 minutes and tell this story again. I'm going to tell it a little differently. Me and my brother, all through college, were talking about, I remember the Game Informer cover of this, where it was like, dude, it's finally happening. We're getting Diablo 3. And it was like, holy shit, I can't wait. And then they got rid of all the reasons why I liked Diablo 2 in the first place. The loot system completely changed. They added the real money auction house, which was just stupid. They put a real money auction house in the game, which meant they had to make the drop rate of all of the fucking items in the game so unbearably low that, like, you had to buy it. There were like 3 or 4 legendaries that even anybody cared about in the first place. I remember playing through the entire game. I'm not fucking kidding. I played through the entire game. I did not see one single legendary drop. Not one. Over, I think, 2 characters. At some point, they said, wow, maybe we should just delete the real money auction house because it's kind of stupid. So they delete the real money auction house. And then things got a little better. They patched it a few times. It was okay. But I don't know, man. Fuck that. They finally come out with the expansion. And the expansion fixes a lot of problems. The expansion actually made the game, I think, the best state that it was in. Reaper of Souls made this game actually fun. But I'll tell you something, too. I fucking hate it, and I wish I could just delete it from the game. When you kill more than 3 or 4 things in this game, as you probably see, it gives you a pop-up window about how awesome you are. Get out of here. Get the fuck away from me. I don't need a pop-up to pop up and say, hey, dude, 25 monsters killed plus 4,400 experience points. I don't, stop showing that to me. I don't care. If there's any way to take you out of a video game, it's to tell you every 10 fucking seconds that you're playing a video game. Why? This is the norm. This is what it is now. Hey, dude, you're playing a video game. 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 You're having fun playing the video game? Yeah, you're playing a video game. I know I'm playing a fucking video game. I bought the damn thing. All right, settle down, everybody. And you can't turn it off. I remember when the game first came out. Dude, okay, we're gonna move on after this. When this game first came out, I was like, oh, that's stupid. I hate that. It's probably a UI setting I can just disable. No, I want to suck. I don't want to get fucking magic missile, frozen orb, destroy, splash, power, boom, 20,000, 10,000, 10,000. I want to have a fucking club in my hand and I want you to beat my ass. I want to have a shitty fucking gray weapon. I want you to beat my ass while I have a gray weapon in my hand. I want to earn it. I want to earn that unique that I get. But I know those of you that are typing up like a 5-page essay about like how wrong I am that D3 is terrible. I still played it a lot. And I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it with friends. I'm just a hater. And that's it. Because for the longest time, Diablo 1 comes out. Damn, what an amazing game. I didn't love Diablo 2 the way that I loved Diablo 1 the way that I loved... Oh my God, hold on. Correct the record. I didn't love Diablo 1 the way that I loved Diablo 2. Diablo 2 felt like a direct sequel to Diablo 1. Diablo 1, great. Diablo 2, damn, we're moving on with that same formula. Diablo 3 felt like a different game. It was just too different for me. I wanted Diablo 1, Diablo 2, Diablo 3. Instead, we got the fucking real money auction house. Okay, Unk, we get it. You're banned for life. I'll do it myself. Diablo 3 deserves to be on this list. I just don't... That was, to me, that was like the start of that sort of like Blizzard, Activision, public company dog shit. Where... I could go on. You know what I mean? Like, the Activision, Blizzard kind of dog shit, I believe, to me, started at that point between like Diablo 3 forward. And I love this company. I love Blizzard. I still do. Blizzard's a great company. Blizzard makes great things. I love the things that they've had. Look, Diablo 2 Remastered was great. And look, I will say this as well. I grew up with D2. If you grew up with D3, we imprint on the things that we grew up with. And I know it might sound like a personal attack from me to you if I say that Diablo 3 stinks. But just listen, that's not what it is. It's about like the Three Stooges. Three Stooges go to Manhattan. The Three Stooges. And they poke each other in the eyes and they fall down the stairs. Oh, right? And then the second movie comes out. And, oh, get out of here, get out of here. And then, like, in the third movie, like, they do that for like a decade. And in the third movie, they're like knitting. And it's like 3 different guys. And it's like, wait, this is what, where's the Three Stooges? And but they're still called the Three Stooges. They literally still Moe, Larry, and Curly. But they don't, it's like it's like a completely different direction than like what the last 5 Three Stooges movies were. And there's a bunch of cameo celebrities. You turn something lots of us know about into something way less of us know about. The Three Stooges would be a 4-star on this. All right, anyways, there you go. There's my Diablo 2, man. And I heard somebody say this too, that I might not even be a fan of ARPGs. I'm just a fan of Diablo 2. And that would make sense to me if some of the other games on this list also weren't in that category. I'm definitely not going to get a fucking invite to that BlizzCon fucking VIP party. Gearheads. Oh, Gearheads. This is another great one. I have the... box. I have the Gearhead box. Dude, that's a PogChamp box if I've ever seen one. Gearheads! Okay, what am I doing? Why am I acting like somebody else is going to stream? Like somebody else is going to tell you about it. I'm not just there to hold the box. Why was I like I'm in a Discord call with somebody? Like, so Gearheads is a game. All right, so Gearheads is a strategy video game where a series of toys you control. And those toys you need to put on the side of your battlefield. All right, so Gearheads is a game where you control the toys, and there's various toys, and it's usually a 2-player game. Somebody has one side of the keyboard, the other one has another side of the keyboard. A keyboard was smashed when I was younger over this, and I didn't talk to a friend of mine for about 2 weeks. Because he was spamming the tractor, and I found that to be... Everybody's using the tractor. Yeah, everybody had their own path and their own reason why you would want to use... Dude, this would be sick to play with somebody. Chicken was pretty based. It could come out and it had summoning, and it summoned other monsters unless you got rid of it. Oh, the bugs were so good. Is this all the game really is? Why do I have a distinctive memory of this being way, way more detailed? It was so much fun, though. You know what? I'm going to give it a 1. Oh, go to the thing after this? Yeah. Yep. Okay, where is the thing for PC? This is PC Man. Where is the thing? I'm not going to look at chat because apparently you are betting on this, or where I put this. The Thing is a horror third-person action game. Was, I think, some of your favorite streams. I'm pretty sure that a lot of people here, a lot of memes came from those streams. I had a lot of fun. The game was kind of annoying to play, but it was goofy and janky in all the right places. I have incredibly fond memories of playing this. I own the box for this too. I have the completed box for this. right there. It's literally been on the Reddit shelf for like 3 or 4 years. And if I think about like, okay, when I think of a stream or a video game content that I have done, this is the stuff that I think of where I have my most fun. A game that's not too bad, not too good, that has a lot of just funny stuff in it, where there's lots of openness for you to kind of mess around if you want to, and has difficult sections that need to be replayed over and over again. Stuff that has just enough crust on it, which makes it fun and funny. I think this is that perfect spot. Now, where does it stand? Okay, so this game, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you've never seen any of those streams. It's based on the Thing movie franchise, and you get little companions that you run around with, and you can test them to see if they're an alien or not. You could just shoot this guy right now, and this guy could be an alien. Yeah, one of these guys could be the Thing, and there was stress there. It was fun. You have a tester where you can like. I really don't think this deserves a 3. I think it's a 2, and it is. What'd you guys get? I didn't even look at chat. I thought he was gonna laser it immediately. I have very fond memories about it, but I don't think it's up there with like Mario Galaxy or even Mad Dog McCree. Like, no, yeah. Well, it's gonna fight for its life. The 1 and 2 star games are fighting. It's gonna be interesting. Okay, this is going to cause some meltdowns. Half-Life 1, the original Half-Life 1. You would expect a Valve Andy like myself to put this at pretty high up on the list. Half-Life 1 is higher than Half-Life 2. Let's just put it that way. I actually really didn't love Half-Life 2. I very much enjoyed Half-Life 1. More than 2. And it's not even because the game is, oh, older is better and this guy's 40. I just think it was a better game. I don't think this is that high though. If I have to be really, really, really honest, in the grand scheme of all video games, it's this. In the grand scheme of video games, but in the grand scheme of Jeremy Albertson's life, whatever I give this though, Half-Life 2 has to be lower. I did it. It's not quite there. It's great. And yeah, I did put it on the same seed as Beavis and Butthead, but when they go up against each other, we need to see, what if I care more about Beavis and Butthead or Half-Life 1? Oh my God, it's like a rage bait post. Guys, I'm trying to figure out which game I think is like better and more impactful to me. I got Beavis and Butthead for the Super Nintendo versus Half-Life 1. That'll probably get you banned from some gaming subreddits. They'll think it's like an obvious rage post. That's why this is so much fun. Well, they might go against each other, and I have to actually figure out what that means. All right. Heroes of Might and Magic 3 specifically. This is oh boy. Is this a 4? Right off the bat. Just to give you a little bit of context, this is back when the Heroes of Might and Magic games were absolutely goated. Everybody, this is probably up there for a lot of people in the top 20, especially 3 and 4, I would say. Top-down kind of turn-based resource gathering hex grids fighting system where it's got everything. My favorite part about these games was exploring and picking up the coal and shit. Defending the castles was always super fun too. But yeah, see, when you get into a fight, it's this kind of hex-based system. You had to have, again, if you had more monsters, which it showed up as, that's not health, that's how many of that monster you own. For those of you that do not know. It's just a wonderful game. It's so charming. The soundtrack is great. The art style is great. It has so much lasting appeal. People still play this and care about this to this day. It was so fun just kind of taking over a castle and owning it and then getting those creatures too. Yeah, it's one of the best games ever made. And again, I'm thinking about all the time that I spent caring about this. I go back and play this all the time. A 4-star to me is not just something that I consider to be the best thing that I've played, something that I can continue to think about and go back to over and over and over again. And this is definitely one of them. Why is this in 140p? Hitman 2, I'm not going to give it 4, but I think I'm going to give it probably, oh man, I don't know. It's one of those first games that you could really, at least in a third-person setting, besides like GTA, the freedom of just being able to strangle a guy is just, there's something about it. There just is. I have this theory that if you make a video game, and you make it whatever third-person first, it doesn't matter. Your ability to just punch a dude in the face is going to make your game more fun. Your ability to accidentally throw a brick at somebody makes the game that much more almost challenging in a way. Because not only are you fighting again, because think about a lot of games. Oh, no, don't do that. No, don't do that. Okay, well, now my ability to fuck up is way lower. If you give me opportunities to accidentally cause a problem, you're making the game harder. Because you have to fight against your goofy brain to not accidentally hurt somebody else, to stay on task, and to plan around other people that are here, especially in these old Hitman games. What's the first thing you do when you open up a Grand Theft Auto game? Be honest. No, tell me. That's sus. When you open up GTA 6 for the first time, what's the first thing that you're going to do when you get into the game and the fucking opening cutscene's over? Let's go. You're going to turn around. You're just going to punch that first person. Or you're going to steal a car and just drive it off a cliff. That's like the first thing you do in any of those games. You're going to rip somebody out of their car. You're going to find the nicest car that you can see, and you're just going to drive until you crash into the wall. And you're going to go, wow, dude. Oh my goodness. Okay. What's the mission? There's something about the inherent freedom that makes these games so much more fun. That's where it belongs. 3. Hitman 2 is a 3. And you know what? I think all the other Hitmans are 3s for me. Insane Aquarium. This is back when PopCap was amazing. PopCap before the EA acquisition. Man. Imagine we got an Insane Aquarium 2 that didn't have like $3 power-ups that you bought and electrocuted all the zombies in a line. And it was like $2 every time you did that. And some of the levels were so difficult that it almost forced you to do that. Kermit the Frog fucking remembers that. Kermit the Frog sips his tea. There's something about the feeding mechanism and the collecting the money and then buying the upgrades. Every tank was unique. I really loved all the kind of little side characters that did little bonus power-ups. Everybody had their own loadout and their own reason why. Dude, I'm 4-star Andy, I think. When this game was on the original PopCap website, Squeaks played this because I begged him to. I remember I was in his chat at midnight one night in his offline chat, and I was like, please play Insane Aquarium, dude, please. And he was like, dude, okay. I was like, oh my god, thank you, dude, so much. This didn't happen. I made up that entire encounter, except for the part where I was in his offline chat at midnight, and I did say, please play Insane Aquarium. I don't think he saw it, though. I got dono-walled. I got dono-walled when you're not streaming and you're not there offline. It's a wonderful game. It's like a Flash type game. I love the old Flash stuff. The old kind of 2D. Quick, pick up and play it. You can play it for 10 minutes or you can play it for 20 hours. And I very much did. Damn, does it deserve that? Yeah, it does. It does. The Zombiniville! You all know this is one of my favorite games ever made. how do I even talk about the Zombinis? The logical journey of the Zombinis. The pizza making, it's a series, of course, of... The whole point is you're trying to get all the Zombinis to this new land called Zombiniville. And you can lose them along the way. People die in this game. You lose the Zombinis. If you don't, you can literally end up with nobody. Each one of these games, these kind of puzzle and logic games, you could lose some along the way. And then you have a population at the end that you continue to do these games of various difficulty. And you have an entire population of the ones that you got through. Voice acting is incredible.
Right up.
You learn stuff. It's one of those like edutainment type games that was way more tainment than edu. Does that make sense? 4.0. I already know. But damn, what a good one. Number of munchers. Playing this in the school computer lab, because it was the only thing that we were allowed to do, besides whatever the assignment was. Math Blaster? I was more of a number munchers than Math Blaster. Don't you turn into like... There's multiple levels, right? Yeah, there were cutscenes in the game too. I forgot about that. Oh no! I'm sorry, everybody. I want to apologize to everybody watching. I did not know the game was it came out a long time ago. I didn't know this was There's a kind of violence in the game. I know that this channel is pretty much, we try to stay away from the violence, but it was more kind of cartoon violence. It wasn't really like that graphic or anything, but I do apologize to all the parents watching. Okay, big one, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Which one, oh boy, which one gets the 3 and which one gets the, one of these is gonna get a 4. And I'm having trouble with which one. We just did this a few weeks ago or a month ago with the Horsemen, and we talked about the differences between 2 and 3 and how I love them both equally for different reasons. But when they're right next to each other, I need to see the other one up close under the magnifying glass. Because the freedom in this one, the actual full game of this one, I think is better. But the 3D on this one was so fun. I feel like there was a lot more interesting stuff in my brain. I feel like, I don't know why I want to say this, but I think I like this one better. The water park in this one, I think that's what pushes it over the edge for me. Did something just explode? Being able to make, because I grew up with a couple places that I used to go to when I was younger were kind of a double. It was a amusement park and then a water park. It was a double. Some of the Disney parks are like that too. And I love that concept of being able to make a water park and then an amusement park in the same lot. The decision has been made. One of them was going to be, I can't put them on the same level, but maybe I can. Nah, shit. It's tough. It really is, because I love both of these games, but I had way more time in 3, and I enjoyed playing 3, I think, a little more than 2. They're separate. I did this with Mario, but I think Mario's a little different. I'm going to leave that, and then when the final list comes out, we can see we see where it belongs. 51 4 stars, Omega Low. Yeah, this is the seeding. Yeah, I have 364 games on this list, man. There's going to be a lot of good ones that I like. Simtown. Yep. This is going to get an F. Anybody remember this game? I remember this game because I remember the hamburger place. Oh no, was it a clown or a hamburger? This is kind of like Sim City for kids. Or adults that don't understand Sim City and that continued to play this as an adult and had more fun with this than Sim City because it was way easier to understand and didn't take very much time to learn. Sim City is not on this list. Simtown sure is. There it is. There was like a hamburger building. Yes, the clown hamburger building. What? What do you want me to do? Give this a fucking D? You want me to do it? Fine. Just kidding. It was Sim City, and it was made by Maxis. They made this before they made The Sims, and they took a lot of stuff from this game into The Sims, which, by the way, why don't we just get this out of the way? Boink! Sims 1 is a 4-star. End of story. Oh dear. Team Fortress Classic, the game that started it all. TF2 is probably higher than this on the final list, but it's just one of the best shooters ever made. And it turned it. Team Fortress as a series is the best shooter ever made. It's better than everything. Nothing can compare. Not a single other game compares to this. All those old two-fort never-ending conflict. Dude, I remember drinking like a case of Mountain Dew Code Red and just top fragging. And this would happen all day. The concept of the spy changed everything for me. Because even if you weren't that good, this is why TF2 and Team Fortress are just the best games ever. Even if you weren't really that good at doing very much of anything, you still could do something fun. Go to any TF2 game or any TFC game and just hold down tab and see how many spies are playing in that lobby. And then count how many points they all have collectively. There might be one guy that's at the top, but there's just people putting costumes on and walking around and stabbing people. And guess what? They're having some of the most fun in their entire life. I was not that great at first-person shooters. TFC was one of those games that I could just jump into, put on disguises, and I wouldn't even attack people. I would go try to blend in with the snipers up on the sniper roost. I wouldn't even attack them. I would just try to pretend to be a sniper because that was like a rush. Like, whoa, they don't know that it's not, they don't know it's not me. They think I'm a sniper. I would just hide and just hang out. And then when I had my perfect opportunity, like a trapdoor spider, I'd get like 2 kills a game as the spy. Because I would just be stalking this one person that was a sniper, and I would just hang out with them for like 20 minutes. And then I would just stab them one day. Every map was fun. They all translated to Team Fortress 2 so well. And Let me be very clear. Valve took Team Fortress Classic, which was already kind of like in that little bit later, but like the 1990, like 1997, 1998. Diablo 2 comes out. Think about how much shit came out, by the way, in those few years. TFC, everything you see in TFC, and then what they made in TF2 was a direct, incredible sequel that was better than the last one and did what a sequel should truly do. Make another game that's hopefully better than the last one and just stay in the same road. You can change lanes, but please drive to the same fucking destination. If we're on a road, don't just get off at an exit and go a different road over to Utah. Stay on the road. We're taking a drive to California. Please stay on the road. You can get there a different way. But TF2 to TFC to TF2 is how I think a sequel is the best original to sequel ever in the history of all media. Impossible quiz. I had to put it on here. It's one of the. It was such a fun game. It was so cool to just try to guess all the weird answers to all these questions. That guy touched blue. That's bullshit. Impossible Quiz is an old Flash game where it's a quiz. They made like 5 different spin-offs of this and 2 different, or like a sequel. Or the original one's my favorite. It was kind of non sequitur puzzles for each quiz section, and you would think that you got something correct, but you didn't. And there was a weird logic as to why like for instance this one, right? Okay, so 24 minus 7 is, it's not on here. Oh, but yes it is. It's literally up there. And some of them to this day, I have absolutely no idea what any of them actually meant. You memorize it and you just click the button that you memorized. I wanted to stream this. Maybe I will. No spoilers. You get 3 lives. If you go to 0, you have to start the whole thing over again. And there's like 150 questions. I'll put it at the 1-star ranking. I loved it. Ooh, I owe a stream of this. Speaking of giving people creative outlets to make fun, interesting, goofy things, here's the movies. And this is in that category of 3D movie maker where, hey, why don't you just get in there and just make something crazy? I have so many good memories, fondness of this. Your videos about this game made me cry laughing. Me too. This is one of the hardest I think I've ever laughed, period. It's being able to just throw ideas together that don't make sense, but then they make complete sense when you see the whole thing, scene to scene. The fight scenes, the being able to throw people through the glass windows, the car crashes you can do, the drama, the like marital drama that you can come up with just by oh my God. Oh my God, he just rocked his head. I'm gonna give it 3. It has a chance to move up the ranks. Okay, The Sims, I already gave it 4. I can give you a brief explanation. Beautiful. 10 out of 10. Wonderful. Game is changed an entire generation of all of us. We got to take our little people and just make them do whatever we wanted. We could just dictate what their whole life was going to be. There was a whole lineage that came out of this. Different whole generations. We finally had a game where we were God. And the other ones are great too. But I think they're both 4. Sims 1 and Sims 2 they're both 4. I have to put them both there. The Sims 1 is a little weirder than The Sims 2. It's a little scarier, but The Sims 2 just added so much more without going into how Sims 3 sort of fucked it all up a little bit. I still love The Sims 3, but I think that this is the peak Sims right here. Sims 3 and Sims 4 I love for different reasons. They're not on this list. Actually, no, they are. I think 4 is for one reason I'll tell you about. Toonstruck! One of the coolest point-and-click adventure games of all time, starring Christopher Lloyd and Ben Stein. Okay, the guy that was in everything. There was a period where Ben Stein was going to be in your media as a cameo, no matter what you were making. Commercials, movies, TV shows, video games. He just was the guy with the glasses that went, well, okay, your project is due on Thursday. Right. I actually think the side character that you hang out with, is that Dan Castellaneta? I want to apologize to the parents again. Obviously I don't vet these beforehand. I know that this channel is seen as a +2. I know that +2, no -2 is a +2 from a callback from earlier +2. There we go.
For them. By the wear and
World a great big fluffy bun
You recognize that voice?
you,
Sure, I guess.
but you can't.
Wow, that was hard. The leap? The floor.
Yep. I'll give it 2. Total Distortion. Hell yeah. 4.0. Best game. One of the best games ever made. 4 stars. Let's go. It's in the top 10. It might be in the top 20. It's probably in the top 10. Point and click adventure game, but it's not what it is. This is a music video adventure, combat, weird 'em up, goofy, content creating experience. And it is an experience. This is one of the best things I've ever done in my whole life. It's a weird 'em up. All right, actually ban that guy that said it looks like dog shit. You are out of your fucking mind. I love this game. Another one of those absolute quintessential, why did I become the guy that I became? It's because of games like this. This imprinted in my brain at such a young age. And another thing. It's really important. Top with the pop, pop, rocket, rock. Rocket to the top with the pop, pop, rocket, rock, 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 pop, rocket. Begin Total Distortion. Made by a guy named Joe Sparks. He made it in Adobe Director, I recall. You have to sell music videos to people that are buying them. You have to negotiate with them. They might just hang up on you. Did you have a metal phase? I really didn't. I did not have a metal phase. You're making this game seem cooler and cooler over time, I swear. I am fucking begging you to play this game. Just go in. Don't even think about anything. Don't even listen to me. Just play it. All the games that you see that are like this, that are like weird and kind of crunchy and dusty and have like weird characters, this is the patient zero of all of those. This guy, Joe Sparks, just went wild one day and created one of the most fucked up, goofy, interesting, amazing experiences ever made. Joe Sparks still answers questions about this game on your original YouTube video to this day. That's wild. So you go outside and it becomes like a first-person adventure game where you have to go around and you have to take pictures of stuff. You fight stuff with a guitar, and the point is for you to take videos of stuff for you to use in a music video because everyone's looking for the next big thing. So you went to an alien planet to get some footage of shit that like could be in a cool music video.
The master of this dimension, the Metal Lord, does not welcome you.
We're gonna have a third day of seeding? No, I'll get through it. Joe Sparks did all the voices too.
The Metal Lord
And he's so good.
is the
He's great.
supreme dictator of the distortion dimension.
They're just kind of that, every character just sounds kind of fun.
My lord.
Developmental impact imprinted on me at a young age. This is why I am the guy I am. And the one right after it too. Twinson's Odyssey, Little Big Adventure 2. You talk about voice acting. I imitate these people to this day. I love the voices. I love the atmosphere. It's a game. If you don't know what Twinson's Odyssey is, it's a sequel to Little Big Adventure. I actually don't really care about the first game, which is so weird because I played the sequel first. It's very difficult. It's a platformer with really kind of awkward tank controls. But also you get weapons, you get all kinds. It's a great game. It's an adventure action, isometric for the most part. And every character has such a fun way of talking, has such a fun way of... It's a great just listen to this kind of game. Yeah, you have to become a wizard.
to the lighthouse at the
You effectively
end of
are a
the
wizard
island.
already, but you have to get your robes, and then you have to kill this guy at the end of the game. I can't even talk about it. I'm gonna start to get emotional. It was equal parts fun platforming, equal parts challenging, equal parts fun to listen to, equal parts impactful, equal parts imprinting, equal parts 4 stars. Now they've remade the first one. I wonder if they're going to remake the second one. You get a car too. It's just a lovely, lovely game, and it meant so gosh darn much to me. Hey, we are close. We're close. We only have one more section, and it's only been 3.5 hours. Oh boy. Okay, Unreal Tournament 2003. This is a great shooter. I think this game was like 5 discs. It's just one of those old FPSs that everybody was playing at the time. Gunplay was awesome. The weapons were so much fun to use. Yeah, the voiceover. It was kind of like Halo before Halo. This to me is what Halo. When I look at people play Halo 2, I see Unreal Tournament. That's what my brain puts together. Easy top 10 for me. I don't think it's that high for me, but it's pretty high. This was in that same era where I was playing TFC all the time. I was still loading up like Team Fortress Classic. My multiplayer, kind of like Counter-Strike, Unreal. I wasn't a big Quake person though, but Unreal, it was all over this. So competitive too. I wonder if they'll ever make something like this, if they make another Unreal. It's a classic, it's amazing, but I'm gonna give it a 1. No, I'm gonna give it a 2. It really was so great. All right, let's get these out of the way. Warcraft 2 and Warcraft 3. Warcraft 2 is going to be lower than Warcraft 3. Y'all know how much I love Warcraft 3, especially the Frozen Throne, the whole campaign, Arthas, all the fun stuff that led into World of Warcraft kind of started here with the original Warcraft. This is Warcraft 2 though. This is less important to me than Warcraft 3. Again, a lot of these, the importance of these kind of come back to how you felt when you were playing them and the people that you were surrounded with when you played them. And for some of you, that's people in a Discord call that you're hanging out with, and some of you are younger. For some of you, for me specifically, it was kind of a room full of people, whether that was your parents or your siblings or friends. And I just kind of get teleported back to being at that computer, the mouse in my hand, and you know, my brother or my sister kind of hanging out right here, backseating each other and wait, no, you have to build more, you have to go that way. You kind of lock in these generational memories, and that's why you like this stuff. At your service. Because it reminds you of that moment where you were hanging out with your, like, friends, and that exact time that gets to be burnt into your brain that you can pull back and recall. I can't recall a lot of stuff where back in this time period, but I can recall very specific moments where I was playing this with my brother and sister. I can remember it like it was yesterday. Warcraft 2 and Warcraft 3 are both getting 4s. I spent most of my time in the mods in this game, in the custom maps. You got to see this a few weeks ago. I would love to go back to this because the custom stuff was so fun. So much shit started here. Again, this is like the original Roblox for a lot of everybody. The introduction of characters like Arthas and it's just so good. Frozen Throne is so good. What more do you say? Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3, 4 stars. Anybody remember this game? I sat here for so long trying to perfect this swing. It's just a simple game where you have to, penguins say, "I'm coming," and they jump down, and you have to knock them as far as you can, and the physics on this was so detailed. And I believe this was sponsored by eBay. I love that sound. But trying to just beat your score over and over and over and over and over again. Oh, it was so fun. Wasn't there also a gore option? Okay, I don't remember this. I don't remember this part. Why is there so much blood? How do I give this? Do I just drop this? It was so fun though. I didn't do the gore one. You repressed that memory? No way. I definitely didn't do the gore one. That's an unlocked memory I didn't know I had. I know, but not that one for me. I'll give it a 1. It was a generational. What can I say? Who doesn't love 700,000 games? Here we go. No, fuck that. It's 3. I'm not giving this a 4. That's not going up next to Diablo 2. I'm sorry. It's funny that the source for this is my video. Has anybody played this game on YouTube? Okay, to give some brief context for those of you that didn't watch any of my old YouTube stuff from 15 years ago, or from some of you that are here now that don't know what this is. I went on a kick where I was trying to play a lot of these compilation games for the PC, and this is the one that I kind of found that I had the most fun with. So this is 700,000 games. There's not 700,000 games in here. There's maybe like 150 games, 10,000 hidden object games, 10,000 jigsaw games, 50,000 like words. It was just like kind of clones upon clones upon clones. The games that were in here, though, the unique ones, were just so weird. And I love to death. I love this stuff so much. When a company makes something like this, and they just put a bunch of dog shit in here, picking through the trash sometimes is the most fun you can possibly have doing anything that we do here as gamers or as media consumers. Whether it's a bad TV show that you watch because you think it's funny, something like The Room as a movie is a good example too, where something can be objectively not great, but it's so charming because it exists and because it's so bad. This is definitely up there, where it's just a compilation of just mush, just porridge. It doesn't deserve 4 stars, but it absolutely deserves 3. Just for the sake of, this is during the YouTube arc where I was trying to find interesting things to make videos on. And it's during that period where I was getting kind of bored of making just, another TF2 video or another gaming video. I was just like, I was always kind of on the hunt for something different at this point in the YouTube arc. And it's right at that moment where I was like, this is so much fun. I have a newfound love for making videos because it was so fun to make a video on. All right. This is where we get into the modern world. This next 70 games is modern, new, over the last 10 to 15 years. Amnesia, the darling of YouTube, the darling of 2015 YouTube. So many content creators, so many people, including myself, have dozens of videos on mods of this game. 2012 to 2015 was dominated by Amnesia and Amnesia mods, as well as Slenderman. The original game itself is also still pretty good, but I think I enjoyed this because of the mods. It's another Warcraft 3 scenario. I'm trying to decide if this should be a 1 or a 2, just because of the sheer amount of YouTube content that I got. Scare Saturdays was based on doing exactly this. We'll see, because I can fight. All right, this one here, Balatro. I debated on putting new games in this list once in the last year or two, because I had this philosophy where more than a couple of years had to go by. Is it fair for the recency bias to put games of the year from a year ago? And my idea was that I think 2 or 3 years had to go by for you to remember if you loved it as much as you say you do. But then I said, whatever, who cares? Let's see how it fares against Diablo 2. Let's see how it fares against a lot of these games. I don't know if this is a 3 or 4. I think it is genuinely one of the best games for what it does. But I would be kind of full of shit if I told you that it shouldn't be 4, just because of how much I've played this without you ever seeing it. I love card games. I'm a big, blackjack, obviously. Poker is cool. Casino games, they're just fun to me. Poker is cool. Blackjack is cool. I love the kind of card stuff. I collect cards. I have, decks of cards. And just the absolute sheer amount of time that I spent in this game is uncountable. The hours. It's got to be in the hundreds or thousands. Not the hundreds of thousands. The hundreds or thousands. But should it be next to some of the other ones? I'm going to give it 3, and when I see it in front of other stuff, I can make a decision. This is the easiest 4. Binding of Isaac. Yeah, Binding of Isaac, all the way from the original Flash game to where it is now. I think this is Edmund McMillen's best game. I think it's not just Edmund McMillen's best game, this is one of the best games ever made. And I think it took a while to get there. How this game was when it was the first Steam release was good. And then he just kept adding more and more and more and more and more to a point where there really is an uncountable and undoable amount of things to do in this game. I have thousands of hours in Binding of Isaac across 3 different consoles. I probably have played, my entire friend group was obsessed with this too. Every day we talked about it. Every day we would screen share this game to each other. I don't know if you guys remember Boo. Boo Man. From the old videos and some of the old content. He was an encyclopedia for this game. And we would be in calls all day, and I would be trying to, I'd be playing. I'd be like, oh, I just picked up, hey, what is Mom's knife? What does that do? And he would just try to chime in and be like, oh, it's Mom's 5. He would just give the exact item description. He knew every single thing. That's like how much we just played this every single fucking day for like 2 or 3 years. And Pooh is in the call. What a weirdo. What is wrong with me? Like, I don't know what the hell I was doing. It was just like too much coffee. It's just like a means to like, hey, look, let me like be the jumping off point for people to participate in things. It's just like, I'm just a fucking weirdo. Zelda is, you know, this is based off of the Zelda formula. I think this is, I think this is better than Zelda. Binding of Isaac, I think, is better than The Legend of Zelda. Should I hold the shield up? BioShock Infinite. I joined the BioShock train late. I watched people play BioShock 1 and 2. I didn't really play it myself. I did enjoy it, what I saw. This was my kind of introduction to the series as a player. That's why they're not on this list. Story was cool. I think out of all the BioShocks, I liked this story the best. BioShock 1 is probably... Actually, that's not true. BioShock 1, without spoiling anything, the BioShock 1 stuff... This game always, at least the BioShock games, had these grand reveals that were crazy. I kind of caught on to this one's, I want to say pretty early on, but I wanted to see how they were going to actually do it. You're going to get crucified for this one? I just said that I thought BioShock 1 was cool. I just didn't play it. I didn't really... Look, if I played BioShock 1, maybe it'll be on this list. Get your shield up. Infinite was trash. 3 was hated for so long. Can I give my take? The first 3 hours of BioShock Infinite is a masterpiece. I love the first, like, 2 to 4 hours of this game. When you actually get to Columbia, and you get the reveal of Columbia, and you go down and you get the circle song, it's just like, whoa, this is weird. And then everything's so beautiful and so wonderful. And then the game kind of starts to get going. You're like, wait, this place is fucked up. This place is weird. I think BioShock 1 is probably a way better game. I just did not play it. Do I think this thing belongs on the list with everything else? I'll give it a 1. Because let's find out. Because BioShock is going to go up against something like Super Adventure Island. Ooh. I said a Warhead. I said a Warhead. Help. Blueprints. I'm going to talk shit about somebody in this offline chat, by the way. Somebody in offline chat said, I actually can't believe that you even played this game all the way through. Because I'm like so stupid and so impatient that I couldn't enjoy like what is effectively, I think, a masterpiece. Implying that like I have so bad ADHD that I can't sit down for 1 minute and play something, enjoy it, and get it right. This game is amazing. I will give you a negative on this game, though. I think the whole point of the game, getting to a... I can't even say this without spoiling shit if you've never played it. The discovery of... Okay. The discovery period of this game where you're finding out what everything is and what everything does is what puts it so high up on my list. It's one of the most unique experiences you can ever have. It's like a shuffling kind of... It's like a card game, but it's not. You walk around on the cards. It can be very repetitive. It can be very grindy, especially because you have to do very specific shit that requires very specific random shit to happen, which can be pretty frustrating and pretty annoying. It's like a board game. It is like a board game. Late game gets too grindy, but the story as it plays out is cool. All the little magnifying glass to see hidden stuff. You have to go into this game with the patience that you are going to play it and care about it, and even if the game is a frustrating, grindy mess somewhere after the halfway point, the end result is worth doing. How can this game be grindy? Because there's RNG on top of RNG. So you have a layer where this thing needs to happen for you to continue. So this very specific thing has to happen already in a game that's dice are rolling to even get the ability to even get to this point. So dice roll on type of dice roll on type of dice roll. It's just RNG all over it. It's just all an RNG simulator. Holly and I actually played this together, and it was a wonderful, wonderful couch kind of get out the notebook and write notes about, oh, what was that? Write that down. We should probably remember that. It very much is a write everything down kind of game, especially late game. So Holly carried you. No, you see, he can never do anything. So somebody else had to do it for him. That's the only way. So his girlfriend is smart, so his girlfriend did it. That's the only way he could do that. He's too stupid. He's my stupid streamer. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. I hate him. I hate him. I love him. I hate him. Gollum Chatter. my precious streamer. It's fantastic if you have the time. It was one of my top games last year. I'm going to give it a 2 because I kind of want it to fight for its spot later. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. This shouldn't be on here. Grandpa is the only reason why this is on here. I made a you know what? No. You know what? I have to fucking do this. I have to do this. This changed my whole life. This changed my life. This changed my whole life. It changed my entire life. Why did this change my whole life? Because I was a YouTuber and I was making YouTube videos and my channel was doing okay. My channel was doing all right. I made this character up and I made a series of Modern Warfare 3 videos. And they got on Machinima. They got like spread around. People thought they were funny. It was a character that I did in Modern Warfare 3 for like a year straight. This was the first time I ever got like a viral video. This Modern Warfare 3 Grandpa, at the time, when we're talking before viewer inflation, by the way, that Machinima Grandpa video got like 280,000 views. My most viewed video at the time on my channel was like maybe 10,000. Maybe like 5 to 10,000 views, period. A ton of you came over from those Machinima videos. And it's one of the reasons why I continue to get larger as a YouTuber. Because of this stupid ass game. And I loved it because this game, I have to give it at least a 4. It's not stupid, it's just... I'll deliberate when I come back. But it literally changed my whole life. I went from being like a 10K Andy on YouTube to being like a 200K Andy on YouTube in like a week because of that game and because of that character.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Modern Warfare 3. If you're as excited...
Hold on. No, everybody don't get so excited. This video looks like shit, by the way. This is old YouTube, back when 720p was a big deal. Hello, it's Modern Warfare 3. Just literally Peter Griffin.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Modern Warfare 3. If you're as excited for this game as I was, being one of the top 10 players in the world, that's right, this is Jerma's grandfather here. Not Jerma, he's not as good as me. He can't give you the tips. He can't give you the strategies that I can. So let me just tell you that I'm one of the best players in the world, and I'll show you right here. Look, I just kicked the fuck out of here, buddy. And let me tell you, I have so much confidence in my game. If I die one time in this fucking gameplay, then I'm gonna pay everybody $6,000. You understand me? That's how good I am. I usually put up 400.
I was doing that joke years ago.
Jeremy! Jeremy, come down here. Come here. How do I restart a recording?
What are you doing? What, you're recording?
Well, I just fucking told everybody I was gonna give him $6,000.
Whoa!
I don't have that kind of fucking money.
Gee, it's F9.
It's F9?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I just... Hey, everybody, it's Jerma's grandfather here, bringing you a first ever Modern Warfare 3 gameplay on his channel, and I'm gonna tell you all the tips and all the strategies on how to be the best player in planet Earth. And I'm pretty good at this game. I'm not that good, but I've been, people have told me that I'm pretty good.
Okay, hold on. I don't think that was for the joke for a video. I think I actually tried to shoot that guy and he was a teammate. So it actually kind of played out. It was like an old person playing the game.
You always want to make sure people understand what your plan is, because you have to make sure they know what you're talking about. So make sure, here's an example. Hey, has anybody in here seen the new movie with Adam Sandler with his big balls?
Wow, you're old.
Shut up, all right? Jesus, fuck. Here's a scoreboard from the game, and as you can tell, I got 13 kills, and 15 people in the game said I was a cool guy, and they got rid of deaths. There's no more deaths. I did not doctor this photo. So it looks like this for everybody, and if it doesn't look like this, then you have a computer bug. So I'll talk to you guys later. See you, have fun in the game, you fuckers.
Okay, so I made this video, and then Machinima was like, we loved it. Can you make 10 more of these? I was like, yeah. And I did. There's like, and then they deleted all of them. There were I think, at least 7 or 8 or at least 10 grandpa different shooter videos. And I think they deleted all of them when Machinima got liquidated. But yeah, what do we think? Can we give that a score? Can you guys give that a score? If you had 1 to 4 stars, how does that hold up now? It was like a 2 or a 3. All right. Casino Inc. I'm gonna give this one a 3 or a 2. Wait, what did I give Modern Warfare? Okay, no, it's fine. It's a 3. We'll keep it as 3. Not a 4? I don't think so. I think it's a 3. I'm giving out 4s like candy. I gotta rein it in a little bit because there's an opportunity for these to become 4s. It's so good though. Best casino simulator out there. Highly recommend it. All right, this is on here. People are gonna be pissed. Whatever, I don't care. This Expedition 33 is a great game. It's a phenomenal game. It's super fun. It's super interesting. I don't think this is a 4. I don't think this is a 3. It just was unique. It was fun. The soundtrack is insane. I love the open world kind of go around and find the hard shit to do. It was very difficult if you wanted it to be. Chat's gonna become enraged. Okay, well, hold on a minute. Fuck this game! Expedition 33 sucks! Alright, I'll see you next stream. Alright, haters, we're out of here. Fuck that game. See you next time on the next stream. Stream's over. Goodbye. Take it easy. Okay, I think they're all gone. I think that's what they only were waiting for that to happen. I thought it was one of the better games that came out last year. Again, I didn't want to put this shit on the list because it's so new, but then scroll down just a little and look at one of my favorite games from last year. That was my favorite game from last year. And I decided I was going to put it on here. Where is it? There it is. So if this was going to be allowed on here, then that had to be allowed on here too. Oh man, I'm not, these are all, no they're not. It's the first RPG in a long time, a turn-based RPG that I actually gave a shit about. And that's saying something because it's been a long, long time. When was the last time you played a JRPG styled game that you really loved? It has been 20 years for me. Very long time. So that is why I put this on this list, because it's the first time that I've ever been like, holy shit, this game's great, to a turn-based game like this. It deserves a 2. It genuinely does. If you're a hater and you've never played it, and you just like, somebody told you, hey, that game sucks, and you're like, yeah, that game sucks, it's worth playing. It's very good. The pacing of the game gets a little weird on the halfway point, but the story itself, I think, is worth it. It's a great story. There's a lot of shit going on in this story. This has an opportunity to either move up or move down. So we'll see. I know everybody's got an opinion of this game, but that's mine. All right. Cuphead. Probably second most crash outs ever on stream. Nobody did it like this. Incredibly unique. Apparently they're making some new stuff. I heard about that, saw the announcement. So that's cool that Studio MDHR is going to be making some new things. A project that took them a long time, but it was well worth the wait. Love to see this kind of creative shit come out. I love this old style of animation. That kind of old, like, Fleischer Studio, Merry Melodies. It's just wonderful. They nailed it. This doesn't feel... The reason why I think Cuphead's a great game, and a great kind of media in general, is it doesn't feel like they're imitating that style. It's very easy to be like, oh, they're obviously imitating that. They're imitating that style. It just kind of feels like it came right out of like the 1930s, 1940s. So whoever the art direction is, whoever the art director is for these games, for this game, they are is very much a love letter that they very much took very high amount of care in. So I can't speak for the show. I didn't see the show. I'm just speaking for the game. Soundtrack, phenomenal. Game, hard as nails. I'm gonna put this at 2. Dude, Dock and Daka. Of course, Dock and Daka's on here. Dock and Daka, when I first installed it, was here. Dock and Daka, like 3 weeks later, moved to here. Then 2 weeks later, moved to here. Then 2 months later, went to here. Then 3 months later, it went to 0. So I don't know what to do about this game. Everything's so the weight for all the weapons. Actually, fighting between again, they added a bunch of new classes and shit. But there was something about going kind of barbarian versus or like fighter versus fighter. And it really was just which one of you two is going to hit, just who's going to hit you with the fucking weapon better. There's something about just burying that sword in the back of that person's head and them going like, ugh, going, oh man, I got that guy. I got that guy. Now he has to run away. I love when you played this with Poke and he shot that stream sniper because he was worried about TOS. Yeah, the guy was going to start screaming like horrible slurs or something, so we were like, Poke's like, I gotta kill this guy. What if he says something horrible? Poke has so much good content in this game. He is like the dark and darker guy for me. Like, he had so much funny shit with this. Tons of, if you go to Poke's channel and just search Dark and Darker, there's like a dozen or two videos of this. I don't know if it deserves... I'm gonna give it a 1. We'll see if it can fight its way up. This is where we're getting to the hard shit. We don't need to show the gameplay. We don't need to show everybody knows what these are on this channel, especially. Are they? I'm just gonna do it. I'm not even gonna think about it. I'm thinking about it. Got it. Three, 2, 1. Why is Dark Souls 1 not a 4? Bloodborne is a 4. Elden Ring is a 4. Dark Souls 1, I'm gonna make a lot of people mad. When I give Demon Souls a higher rating than Dark Souls 1, the remake. Oh man, I'm gonna get fucking killed. I'll tell you why. This game, and all the shit around it, you could say Demon Souls, you could say Demon Souls deserves the 4 stars, not Dark Souls 1. I played this before I played Demon Souls. I went back and had to play Demon Souls much later because I didn't have a PS3. Demon Souls was a PS3 exclusive, and I didn't have a PS3 at the time. But this franchise, this Dark Souls franchise, started an unlocking of my favorite genre of video game, I think, honestly. And it's the grind for souls, level up, very difficult, spooky, weird, janky, kind of rogue-like, but not really kind of game. I think it was just from here, I cared so much about this genre and this company after this. How is it a roguelike? Because when you die, you lose all your shit. If you die twice, it's all gone. Resetting the zones when you sit at a bonfire. I mean, it's like a roguelite. With roguelike elements, whatever you want to call it. I originally had these two would be flipped, but I played these two recently, and oh my goodness, did I not enjoy this as much as I thought I did. I played this recently, and I talked a lot of shit about this game years ago. These two flip-flopped on me, because this is a better video game than this. But this game, I just was so much less frustrated playing this one the 3rd and 4th time through than this one. Because I've beaten all these games 5, 10 times each. Getting through this game for the first time was awesome. Playing this game for like the 5th time, especially after you haven't played it for a year or two. Like I said, I've told this story before. I played this with Holly. She sat right next to me, and every other area I looked over at her and I said, oh, hey, by the way, this upcoming area sucks. But once you get past this area, the next area is pretty good. And I said that to like every other area. I didn't do that with Dark Souls 2, but it's on the list. It's one of the most important fun games ever. Anything on Zombies Ate My Neighbors is better than Dark Souls 3. In an impact way, maybe. I don't know. Dark Souls 3 can fight its way up to Zombies Ate My Neighbors, and let's find out. In fact, I probably... Because this was such a big deal to me, especially. Because Bloodborne had come out, and they were going to use the Bloodborne engine for Dark Souls 3, and everyone was like, holy shit, that means the combat, the animations are going to be so much better. Dark Souls 3 is going to be fucking amazing because they're going to use the same stuff that Bloodborne used. I think they deserve to be on the same level now that I think about it, because they flipped, then they flopped, and then they flip-flopped. So let's get it real, okay? They're both 2. Dark Souls is 4. The original Darkest Dungeon 1. Another game that I kind of never beat, truly, but I've come back to dozens of times. I've gotten to like the last kind of end game, but people just died and I just gave up on it. The narrator is amazing. It's a very unique game. It had that you really cared about your characters. You didn't want anybody to die. The stress system alone, which is arguably more important than health in real life too. Stress can kill you. I think this also gets a 2. I don't know if this goes up to 3 immediately, but I think it starts. I think I'm going to seed it at 2. The town upgrade system, no, this game is awesome though. It really is awesome. It is awesome. I'm doing it. It's awesome. It's just a truly awesome game. Day of Defeat. Another 4. There's our 61st 4. Oh my goodness, it's going to be freaking impossible to go through all that. Day of Defeat is a banger, another Valve game. Oh no, Valve didn't make it. It is the best World War II shooter. In that same era of like Team Fortress, CS, Counter-Strike 1.6, Day of Defeat. I would love for them to make another like military game like this. This footage is from DoD source. That's fine. Same concept, same thing. I think, but the original DoD, man, it was so much fun just to... All these weapons felt good. I think out of all the video games I've ever played, every single weapon in this game felt fun to shoot. Especially those single shot, like... Oh. If you landed a good shot with that, like... I was like, damn, I just got that headshot. It's awesome. Right there, that's an interesting name. That kill right there was awesome. He probably felt so great. Didn't it inspire Insurgency? It inspired a lot of stuff. It inspired a lot of the military games that came out after this. A lot of the kind of squad-based. This is not a squad-based game. It's more of a... Because they're classes, aren't there? I think there's like 2 or 3 different kind of classes you can pick from. Dude, I want to play this game too. Awesome. I changed my mind though. Because I don't think this was my alt game. If I was kind of bored of TFC or bored of Counter-Strike, this was like the side of bacon with the pancakes and the orange juice. Still lovely, still delicious. But I don't know if it wasn't a main course, greatest thing ever kind of game. That was definitely a side dish for Team Fortress Classic. Yep, Day of Defeat, great. Diablo 3, already gone. Dusk, best boomer shooter, had a lot of fun with this one. Completely nailed the aesthetic of that whole genre. Incredibly challenging, super fun to play. The speed, I love the survival kind of mode that you get into. Boss fights were awesome. It was funny, it was interesting. And a lot of people have tried to make games that are like this, and I don't think they hit this well. The boomer shooter kind of look, I made a boomer shooter game in 2025. There's a lot of these. Only some of them actually hit. This one's one of them. Also, went on to make Iron Lung, which is now that Markiplier movie, which Iron Lung was great too. It's David Szymanski. David Szymanski? Also Chop Goblins, which I streamed as well, which is fun. So really, really cool. I'm very happy to give this a solid 2. I think it deserves to be in that slot, in that seed. There's a game here that I guess we could do this one. Elden Ring is a 4. Opening that door for the first time. This was the culmination of every single Souls-like. Because you just knew, holy shit, look what I'm about to get into here. We had so much fun on stream with this. This is probably top 5 of all time. So much fun on stream, so much fun doing mod stuff. All of the kind of like the bingo thing that Stir and I did. Even watching other content like that, because like the bingo brawlers stuff. All ancillary content outside of me just streaming this game. I've watched so much shit. I've experienced so much shit. I've consumed lore videos. Encyclopedias of lore videos. Dark Souls 1 is a masterpiece. Elden Ring is just everything that they wanted to make and mushed into one game. And Shadow of the Erd Tree came out at a time when I don't know, I attach Shadow of the Erd Tree to not really like a great time in my personal life. And I remember playing it, and I remember, because I streamed it once or twice, but that was a kind of when a lot of fucked up shit was going on. And I've opened up that game since, the DLC, and I've gone through it. It's kind of weird. It's like an eerie, good feeling. of like, oh yeah, I did play the fuck out of this. Remember how like, I felt like shit wasn't really going that great, but I was playing this and it was a lot of fun. I don't know if the DLC was like the best DLC, but it hit at the absolute perfect necessary time for me personally. So, and I was looking forward to it so much. You talk about a kind of a, and it was like a sequel. Shadow of the Erdtree was more of a sequel than a DLC to me. Oh, it's going to be as big as Limgrave. Bro, it's legitimately like 5 Limgraves on top of each other. So many boss fights, so much to do, so many things to explore, so many secrets. It's just, it's going to be hard to not make this like somewhere in the top 5. Putting this and Bloodborne together is going to be difficult, truly. I believe it deserves to be there. I don't know if very many people are going to disagree with that. Okay, here's Enshrouded. Kind of a surprise probably to some of you that this is on here. This is an awesome game to just chill and eat a sandwich and just explore. This surprised the absolute hell out of me, how much I thought this game was fun. The whole premise of the game is you have this little part of a map that you're on, and there's this kind of, it's the shroud, the enshrouded shit. And you can only be in the shroud for, yeah, see, like 5 minutes. You can clear the shroud by destroying this little kind of weird alien heart thing that's kind of somewhere in the vicinity. But you get Elden Ringed like 5 times in this game. This game is playable with a lot of people. There are servers that are thriving right now. It's a big kind of RPG where you have a character that you level up. It's just, there's so many little crates and treasures to open. It's not like a survival game. You might see that bottom, it's not like, oh, you gotta get the dirt to then build the dirt house. No, it's mainly like an RPG. I think it's wonderful. 3D Terraria Breath of the Wild. Yeah, the traversal is so much fun too, and the game is hard. It is not easy. It's got bland combat. Yeah, that's fair. I think the combat's not the strong part, but the strong part to me is the whole package of like going and exploring like this person is doing. And the fact that you can play it with so many people, I think adds to that. Like, I mean, look at the combat in, like, you swing the sword, you shoot the magic spell. That's pretty much all there is to it. There's a lot of games that fit into that category of, yeah, swinging the sword at something is just swinging the sword at something, but it's the package around everything that I think makes it more fun. And they still update this game, and they still push a lot of shit for this game. This game gets a lot of support. I'll give it a 1. Fistful of Frags. I have to be honest. It should be there. One of the most fun shooters of all time. And it was a mod, and then I believe it was like a standalone at one point. I think they did a standalone. If you've been desperate for a Western shooter where you got 6 bullets or 2 or 5 shots and not pink lights, yellow particle effects. If you are sick and fucking tired of that shit, this was the game that was right up your alley. I don't know how active this game is anymore, but it's genuinely one of the most fun games of all time. Every shot you did mattered. Every click mattered. Getting on that kill streak was so much fun. Getting that, what was the gun? The one-shot gun. It was huge. It was a big handgun. I think that was a teammate. This game had the NVIDIA swag bag. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. You know, maybe we'll like fucking revive this game one day. And just like fill up like 10 lobbies worth of people. Because it really is so much fun. And we used to do that. I used to stream this game when it was actually kind of popular and relevant. But there's something about that. I can only shoot a few times, so they need to count. And everybody plays by that same rule. There's no ultimates. There's no like spells. It's just, did I shoot you in the face? Or did you get hit by the train like that guy? One of the best games of all time. Genuinely. Oh, Game Dev Tycoon. Yeah. Who didn't play this for hours at a time? This was a banger. Yeah, this is a simulation game, tycoon type game, obviously, where you're a game developer and you start in your bedroom or in your garage and you have to make games. And you can do different genres and you have to decide what engine. You have to read the news to see what games, what like actually is like making waves right now. I love the little bubbles. You skipped Fable. Thank you. Damn. If you've never played it, I highly encourage you do. It's up there with all the other Tycoon games that have been on this list that I've played that you may not be on this list, but you may have liked or I may have liked. I think he's a 1. Bro, you skipped Fable and Fable 2. Let me fix that. Peter Molyneux's masterpieces before he was making cubes that people clicked on their iPad. One of my first experiences with Choices Matter. And yo, if you do kill that guy, you'll get negative karma. And you'll grow horns. This is just a classic RPG, and I can't give it a 4, though. And I don't know if I can even give it a 3. I think it's a 2. And the sequel is... Actually, I was really, really looking forward to this. But I'm gonna give this a 1. Only because, for the longest time, every Xbox showcase, every time Peter Molyneux talked about this game after Fable 1, we were led to believe that this was going to be a like 10 times more insane experience than we actually got. There was talk that you could plant trees and they'll grow in real time. If you hit that rock over there, the dinosaurs might go extinct. Yeah, there was that kind of shit, right? It was like, don't slap the mosquito. If you crush the mosquito, then that mosquito could have populated an area with mosquitoes. The game was fun. The game was interesting, but it was not as wild as it could have been. It was all just marketing. Yeah. I was a little disappointed in the game, but I still really did enjoy it. I streamed this quite a few times. It was fun, you know, having children. You know, you can get married, you can like, you can just like have sex without condoms in this game. That was like a big feature. That was a big feature of this game, was making sure that you could have sex without a condom. It's a selectable thing in the menu. You did that on stream. Yeah. Yeah. So what? You can get STDs too. Has any other game let you get STDs? No other game lets you get STDs but Fable 2. It's the only one. Darkest Dungeon, you can get STDs. You can get STDs in Leisure Suit Larry. Well, I know that. But I had to eliminate all these. Is this a TOS if I open one of these? Let me get this out of the way. It's not going to be rage bait, but it's going to rage you. It's great. It was such a pinnacle of, it's like the physics engine. Every box you broke, look at everything can break. The gravity gun, the story, the episodes, episode 1, episode 2. And then they just never, it just ended on a cliffhanger. But I liked Half-Life 1 better. The boat level almost made me throw up. Would I give Half-Life 1 a 3? I'm gonna give this a 2. GTA 4, it's a 4. GTA 5 is also a 4. I don't even know if I can compare these two. They're just both immaculate video games for different reasons. Again, talk about impact. This game, especially the 4th one, it's just so much YouTube content came out of here. This is back when YouTube videos were just barely blowing up. People were making crazy GTA videos. It was just, everybody was making them. There was so much funny shit, so many funny mods and hacks and stuff to be played here. Rockstar just does not miss. They really just don't. I said this too. If GTA 6 is dog shit, we're gonna have another 1986 crash of video games. Because every GTA is a stamp on an entire decade of everything. It's the next GTA that comes out. Of course, that's gonna be the next stamp. So if the next stamp is very bad, oh, we're in uncharted waters. And if it's really good, smooth sailing for another 10 years. GTA is the canary in the coal mine for the video game industry, either doing very good or very bad. We'll have to find out. Video games are over. GTA 5 is a 2-star? No, man, it was so much fun. I played this it was all, so many people, so many friends, all like the streaming friends and YouTube friends. This is all we did. GTA Online, it was just like so funny. It still is. I have a sinking feeling GTA 6 is going to be very Assassin's Creed-like. I mean, there is the fear that maybe they don't take as many risks, but no way. I'm going to hold my breath on how I feel about GTA 6 until it's there. They've never disappointed before, and if they do, it would be, like, whatever, you know, what? Holding people to that kind of standard is the same thing, same way I feel about Elden Ring. It's like, dude, Miyazaki, another fucking dude. I can't wait to get an even bigger, and even better, even more of a masterpiece, right, dude? Right, Miyazaki? Like, you're gonna do that, right? Give us another masterpiece now. I don't like that. I just let them work. Let them cook. They're both 4s. They're both great. So much fun, crazy shit. They're best games of all time. They're up there. If that's not good next to that. He's got Half-Life 2 as 2 stars and he gave GTA 5 only 4 stars, Rick. Okay, Hearthstone. Fucking get out of here. The only reason why I was on there is because of Battlegrounds. Battlegrounds Hearthstone is... Can I rate Hearthstone Battlegrounds? I don't want to rate Hearthstone the game. I just want to rate the Battlegrounds version of the game. It's your list, man. All right, so that's how I feel about Hearthstone. But how do I feel about Battlegrounds? Because that's the only thing that I play and the only thing I care about, and it's the best thing that they ever did to this game. After like expansion 8, I just don't give a shit about this anymore. It's too many cards, too much power, too much fucking characters, too many new characters, too many portals they opened. Hearthstone 1.0 was fun. I liked it a lot. Hearthstone Battlegrounds, especially the early Battlegrounds, was peak Hearthstone for me. I'm gonna give this a rating. Let's let it fight, because I think about Battlegrounds and how awesome that was and how much fun it was. And I still play it sometimes. I did Hitman 2016 Plus. To me, they're all the same game, just with added levels and added DLCs effectively. Hitman 2016, Hitman 2, Hitman 3, it's the same game. It's just I'm rating that era of Hitman effectively. Which is that fair? Probably not, but it's my list. Wonderful. Great. Stayed with the ability to do whatever you want. Some of the levels were so huge, so engaging. I cried laughing at this. It's just so funny. They hit the nail. They were just so good. They're masters of this kind of genre. And I'm glad that they took what everyone said about Absolution, which, hey, Absolution sucks. And they said, oh, fuck, Absolution sucks. We may as well go back and make Hitman the way that we should make Hitman, the way that we originally did. And now they've been riding on these banger... Everybody loves this franchise again. I'm gonna give it a 2. That era. All right, hold on. We only got like another... Dude. We're gonna get this done in the next like hour. All right, House Flipper, you know it's gonna be on this list, not because the game is particularly my favorite game of all time, but it created an environment where this is mainly video and stream stuff. Without streaming, I don't know if I would really put this anywhere. But the dynamic of going back with the chat and decorating the rooms and the fun, like cleaning up the trash and flipping the house, just the base game itself was so much fun. And then what it spawned, it had a huge impact on this channel because we made it that way. We made sure that I wanted it to be that way. Doing the House Flipper Invitational stuff was just a means to do something fun. That's it. There was no other motive on it. I kind of just like picked this game to do that with, and it spawned some of the most fun I think I've ever had on stream. House Flipper 2 comes out, continues that, but I think House Flipper 1 it sits in a spot in my brain that cannot be replaced. I don't know if it's a 4, but it's definitely like a 1 to a 3, and I think that means it's probably like a... I think so. Just because of all the fun that spawned out of this, like I said. All the fun shit that happened from that game. Dozens of streams, tons of events, just so much shit around it that was just worth... It's worth putting it at 3. All right, and this is age restricted. Okay. So this is an FMV game, and it's not the traditional FMV game. This game can't even really be explained or described. I can't even really show it off. It doesn't really make any sense unless you play it. It's a game where you go through video files. And you're trying to figure out, it's just, I don't even want to tell you what it is. So how the game works is you're trying to solve a mystery, and everything in these scenes, so much of this shit can be interacted with, which plays another video. So for instance, you look at his eyes, right? You're going to go to another scene that has this guy in it. This was one of my game of the years when it came out a few years ago. Like if you click on that glass on the table, it'll go to another video where that glass was in the video. This game, I was high as fuck when I played this. And this game moved me. At a point in this game, it literally moved me. It's a great experience. Don't look up anything. Just play it. But okay, let's see her. Okay, she doesn't have any other videos. That cup's got another video, though. You have to piece together this big, weird story, and it literally was moving. It was crazy. One of the most unique, most fun, most interesting things I think I've ever done. Gush or no gush? Mega gush. I don't want to show anything else. Just experience it. That's all I need to say. Yeah, here you go. Let me see if this gives a good explanation. Immortality is a 2022 interactive film video game developed by Sam Barlow and published by Half Mermaid Productions. The game is based on the fictional model-turned-actress Marissa Marcel, who had starred in 3 movies from 1968, 1970, and 1999, but which were never released. Marcel has since gone missing, creating a mystery for the player to solve. Done. And it is a 2. All right, here we go. Jump King. This is another stream game. I want to give this an elimination, I think. But it had to make the list. I never played the DLC. I only did the base game, but it was a lot of fun. So addicting. Just the addicting nature of this game. Forget about all the crash outs and all the times all the curses. I'm not talking about swear words. I'm talking about actual physical curses that I put on this game. Forget about any of that. The addicting nature of the game was up there. This was a huge meta on Twitch for a long time. It was just dominated the whole platform. I think just because of that, it should be 1. I did never do the DLC. I saw what the DLC was and I said, no. Absolutely not. No, thank you. But it was fun. It was very fun. I enjoyed it very much. Okay, Left 4 Dead versus Left 4 Dead 2. Which one of these is getting 4? Because I'm not giving both 4. But it's okay. Left 4 Dead is another case of both of these games are so similar that it really is just it's both of these that I would put in the same category in my brain. I don't separate them out that much. Like GTA 4 versus GTA 5 are very separated. GTA 1 is very separated. These two are very much the same game in my head. So I don't know if I should just give Left 4 Dead 2 a rating and then just drop the first one. Left 4 Dead 2 even has all the maps from Left 4 Dead 1.
Adrenaline shot here.
But Francis, check your fire. I'm doing this just for practicality's sake. I did not shoot that. I merged it into this. And it's a 4. Across every console, every PC. Nobody's done it like this since, and I don't know why. Why has there not been another wave-type defense survival shooter that was this fun? You gotta give more games a 3? Maybe. But this is definitely not a 3. But Left 4 Dead... Dude, I just remember being on that rooftop and fighting that... No, it's a 4. Everybody locking themselves in a bathroom and realizing that that's a terrible thing to do, but doing it anyways because we thought we were better than everybody else at the game. We were going to do it right this time. We were going to defend the bathroom better than everybody else did when the tank comes. That's a 4. That's a 4. So that changed your life. I mean, maybe. We'll do a vibe check. I need to get everything done first. Speaking of giving things higher scores than maybe you think I'm going to give. Game of the year last year. Look Outside. I don't want to show very much because I'm probably going to stream this game soon, so let's just do like the intro. The vibe, the aesthetic, the atmosphere, the horror, the comedy. If you liked Undertale, you would probably like this game too. In fact... No, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Because I don't even know if it's true. And I don't want to be spitting out shit that is not real. That was close to... Oh, boy. The game had a crazy save system. If you don't know about Look Outside, it's a RPG, kind of like in the realm of... In the same realm as like an Earthbound, where your characters, you don't really see them attack anything, but just the portrait just kind of is there, and the move just happens. Turn-based, very, very fun. Very scary, very odd. The story is phenomenal. That's one of the best parts, actually. It has multiple endings. And the ending few sequences are some of the most interesting ending sequences I've experienced in at least a few years. Also, the save game system is you have to actually go outside and play before you're allowed to save the game. You don't just get to save the game. You have to have done enough outside before the game allows you to save. It's a very, very interesting concept. Everything has this sense of dread, but not really. There's still hope here. It's a hopeful, comedic nightmare of a game. And there's tons of characters, some of which I didn't... and this game's been updated like 1,000 times. You don't know who's at the door. People could come, people could be friendly. But some people might be playable characters. There's a shitload of playable characters that you can just find. Awesome. I did a bunch of the art. Did you seriously? Oh my god. Hell yeah. You know what's weird? 10 years from now, age me 10 years, and I probably would give it a 4. Oh man, look outside. Remember the music? Oh, and I would do this with my hands like I do. It's definitely a 3, and it might make it up to 4, depending. Ugh, Minecraft, god damn. What is Minecraft? It's not a 1, it's not a 2, it's either a 3, but I don't know if this is a 4 for me. It's great, I loved it, but it's not like one of my favorite games of all time. It's one of the better games of all time that I've played, but I don't know if it's like my top 100. Remember, 3s have opportunities to become 4s. It's important to know. The council can accept a 3. Just the music too. I remember just sitting there just vibing out with it on a rainy day. Just the rain is going, you hear that like dun 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 dun. I didn't even play the game, I just listened to the music. Yeah, it's a 3 for now. And some of these are probably gonna move up or even move down, we'll see. One of the last truly scary, great horror games. I can't think of a full experience that was a horror game, and not like a Resident Evil. I'm talking where you don't really get to fight anything. You just run around scared. An actual, genuine haunted house experience. This was up there pretty high. It's one of the scariest, and I don't even know how well it holds up, but back when I played it for the first time, it absolutely held up. Yeah, being chased by something in any game is awful, and this whole game is like run away from the thing you're being chased from. Plus the camera, running out of batteries, having to use the night vision. Let me see the night vision section. Yeah, right here. A lot of the game was through this lens, and you had to play through this lens. So another layer of just not being able to see. You can only see certain things if you hold that up, and it drains your battery. And nothing's quite hit the same since then. When did this come out? 2013. Anybody got any recommendations for a horror game that's a pure horror game, where you don't actually fight anything, you just have to be scared for like 14 hours? Because that's what Outlast was. Alien Isolation. I played Alien Isolation. Soma. I've seen a lot of Soma. I'm gonna give this a 2. Overwatch. Overwatch is on here because it was the Team Fortress 2 killer. It was the game that was gonna take over the world, and Team Fortress 2, its big influence on Overwatch. Blizzard was making a Team Fortress-like? No way! They put so much effort into this, so much time into this. The original 2016 launch of this game, I loved it. I thought it was great. It's just a year or two after that, I just think they just dropped the ball. I just think that they dropped the bag, they dropped the ball at the end zone. This went from being what I was genuinely gonna probably transition from the TF2 world, because I still was in there, I still was playing it a lot, to maybe I'm going to pick this game up and actually take it pretty seriously. It went from that to, the game was kind of fun in its beta, years later. But that initial period, that first year or two of Overwatch was so awesome. It felt like you were in the ground level of a new biggest thing in the world. And I just kind of dropped it a year or two later. I'm going to give it a 1. I think it actually deserves to be there. At least that initial period. Oh, good old Peggle. Do you know what I mean?
Who doesn't love Peggle?
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's great. It's awesome. PopCap, back when PopCap made amazing games and they weren't just a way for EA to sell fucking in-game app purchases. PopCap was awesome. Didn't they have this actually in a mod in World of Warcraft because it was so popular at one point? Ooh, all right, let me get a couple of these out of the way. This is on here because it was crazy. Postal 2 is a crazy-ass game. You've never seen a game before where you can like piss on people, you can hit people's heads off with shovels. This game is fucking crazy. It might even be TOS. Wait, is this game TOS? No? Okay. Wait, somebody said yes. Oh! Not anymore? It's a blood, piss, and puke game. Yes, it's one of the first, precisely, blood, piss, and puke games. But I had a demo for this very early on as well. I had the demo. It's to go pick up some milk. And I would love to give this a rating more than 1, but I'm not going to. It just had to be on this list. but I'm getting rid of it. Here's Raven's Cry. And yes, it has to be here because of that video. That's the only reason why it's here. You lose 25 reputation to Spain. Oh, God. Should I play this game again? Should I stream this whole game? I don't know if I could stomach playing this more than like 10 hours, but they've released this game twice. The first version was so broken that they had to remake the game and re-release it. I'm not even kidding. That's what happened. There was Raven's Cry, and then there was Raven's Cry, like Vendetta or something. They patched out the swear guy, literally unplayable. Yeah, okay, so there's a guy. There was a scene where you're on a boat, and this morality cheers, and we're gonna do great. This guy was just screaming out random stuff. And they patched him out of the game. They replaced him with somebody else. Yeah, the Be Brave guy. That happened in my video, I know.
We're going to have to split up.
Be brave, horses, asses.
The harbor.
Be brave, fight of shit.
I think I saw a balcony.
We don't die today, you bitches.
What about you?
Oh, it's so perfect. It's a
Don't
one.
worry. I'll figure something out.
I'm curious how that rises up the ranks if it does. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Get down here now, you inbred trash!
4. Finally, a Western game that was well thought out. Rockstar just makes 10 out of 10s. That's all they do. Voice acting's incredible. The story is fine. Okay, I think the actual full story of Red Dead Redemption. There's one or two things in particular that are incredible.
Hand him over.
But
Get the hell off our land.
there's some parts of the story in Red Dead 2 that I thought were okay. And I'm talking about the very end of the game is the only thing that it's like literally a 0.1 on the scale. The very end of the game. I'm talking like the last 20 minutes of the game. The epilogue, yes. Not what you're thinking about. Not what you're thinking about. That part's incredible. I can't talk about it. Yeah, no, the epilogue is great. I'm just talking about that last, like, 2 minutes of the game. I can't even. Look, this game. I gave it a 4. This game's literally like almost a 10 out of 10. It's been 7 years. Talk about it. Okay. If you never played Red Dead Redemption 2, I'm gonna say a couple things about the very end of the game. I would have liked to see a different take on what happened at the very end of the game with Dutch. I wanted to see a little. I wanted to see something a little different. That's not to say that I didn't think it was good. I maybe would have wanted to see a little bit more because it kind of felt like this whole culmination of everything, and then just zero, just done, zero. I wanted to fucking talk to that guy. I wanted to hear more. They were handcuffed by Red Dead 1. Yeah, I just loved Dutch as a character, and I wanted to talk to him and hear more shit. I didn't want him just to kind of like sleeve into the bushes like Homer Simpson. You say everything else in Red Dead 1. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You're right. Jerma, this game is perfect. I know it is. I gave it a fucking perfect score. Look, it's got 4 Michelin stars. That was like a Norm Macdonald bit where you just said unrelated shit for 3 minutes and then the punchline was, I just wanted to talk to him. I did. I wanted to talk to him. I wanted to hear more shit from him. Okay, you can unmute. Yes, you can unmute. You can unmute. You can unmute now. You are able to unmute your computer screen. This is age restricted. Resident Evil 2 Remake. One of my, I think it was my game of the year. Resident Evil 2 is wonderful, fantastic. I don't think I need to see the gameplay. We already know what it looks like. It's a wonderful third-person remake of the second game, which is one of the top games. It is a banger. It is wonderful, and I think it is wonderful. It's one of my favorite games in the genre. But I think the second one, the actual second one, needs to have a higher rating. I think the same can be said for the Resident Evil 4 remake. What a goddamn great remake. But I think the source material always has to be higher because that's what you're rating. The graphics might be better, the experience might be cleaner, but you're rating the original material. So that's how I feel. Okay, Portal. Portal is a great game. It's awesome, changed a lot, made Valve, put Valve even more on the map than they already were. And this was just an extra game in the orange box. This game was just a bonus little extra video game that you got in the orange box. The orange box, I think, if you were to ask me genuinely, hey, what's the greatest retail product in video game history? Orange box clears every single retail release in human history. In human history. Nothing will ever compare. I don't care what bundle, I don't care what greatest hits collection you're talking about. The orange box was like 3 10 out of 10 games in one. I don't think they even knew they were doing that either. Imagine putting like $200 in value into one box and you don't even know you're doing that. Because TF2 was kind of another add-on in a way. Half-Life 2 was the big seller, and then it was like, oh, by the way, remember TFC? TFC was great. What about TF2? We got it, it's great. And it turned out, my God, we all know the story. I unfortunately don't really love Portal like some of you might, but I do think it belongs somewhere around here, at least for me. And Portal 2, no, you know what? Portal 2 is, I think that makes sense to me. Because this one kind of gave me headaches, and this one I figured out like how to play it correctly. I think there was more of a story. This was more interesting to me in a way. I think that works. The co-op in this actually was one of the big selling points. Yeah, the fact that you could actually play this with somebody was awesome because you could have somebody that knew what they were doing, do everything, and you just look at the pretty colors. Yeah, both great games. This one way more fleshed out than this one, but very good. Love it. Dude, we're almost done here. We've got like a few. Oh. Team Fortress 2. Why? Let's get it out of the way. Why not? I have spoken, let's call it maybe 400 or 500 million sentences on my YouTube channel and on my Twitch channel. I would say probably 40 to 50 million of those sentences were related to this game. I think 10% of everything I've said over the last decade has been about this game. You want to talk about impact, you want to talk about how it changed everything? It's this game. My whole life took a pivot when I installed this game. From the YouTube stuff to the other content, to it all started with me playing this game with fraps on. Kind of like I talked about with Modern Warfare 3, but not even close. It's the reason why I started making videos. This is the reason why I'm in front of this camera right now. It's the only reason why I'm here. If it wasn't for Team Fortress, I would not be sitting in this chair. I'd be doing something else. Whatever it is, I don't know. This is #1 of all time. #1 in the top left slot on S+ tier. There's one other game, only one, that I think can take that spot after looking at all of this. And let's do it right now. World of Warcraft. To a lot of you watching right now, this is like the Yankees probably in 2002, 2003, where you're just like, no, the Yankees win. The Yankees win. I know. I will never understand WoW. I know, and that's what I'm talking about. That person just got destroyed. But everything. I've been playing this game for like 25 years, and I still play it. I got Stir to play this game for like 3 days. Do you know how difficult that was? Do you know how hard it was to do that? I got him to play it. I think I probably could successfully perform brain surgery more than get Stir to play World of Warcraft for 1 hour. And I did it. The community that came with this, the friendships, the whole entire ecosystems were built on this game, especially Classic. And it's just up there. It's top 3. If it's not 1, it's 2 or 3. And I don't know where it is, but who knows? I might be full of shit. I remember playing this with, we talked about playing this with family, and obviously here are all of the expansions. Let me just do you a favor, okay? I'm gonna do you a favor. That one's gone. We don't even have to talk about that one, but it had to be on here. We're gonna get rid of that one. But should these, I might just, should these be individual, or should it just be kind of just mold them all into WoW? I feel like Legion is a different game. Because individual, it's, but World of Warcraft might be 1, TBC might be 2, and Wrath might be 3 of all time on my all-time actual final list. That would be fucked up. But also that makes it way more powerful. If I merge TBC, Wrath, and Classic into one game, that's the Triforce. That is the Triforce. That's the Triforce of courage, wisdom, and domination, or whatever the other one is. Strength, power, destruction. I don't know. I haven't played Zelda. I played one Zelda in my whole life. It's just more content in the same game. Oh, I've done it in real life. Okay, WoW is one entity. But what about Legion? So that's classic WoW though. Classic WoW, this is not classic WoW. This is different. This is a different game. Yes, I swear to God it is. And it's a fucking 1. Okay. Classic World of Warcraft. Or post-classic, but not quite dog shit yet World of Warcraft. Cataclysm was better than modern. Yeah, but it's look, we sucked it all into one. They are different, chat, you're crazy. What are you talking about? These two are very different. I'm going to say classic era WoW is up to Cataclysm. That's kind of makes sense to me. Why did you eliminate TBC and Wrath? Did you just get here? That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with. Let's talk about the coin game. This game is sick. What an awesome game this was. Playing all these arcade games in 3D. Why did you eliminate those? Oh, that's funny. I had a lot of fun with this. I'm going to give it a 1. Because it was sick. It was so much fun. There was so much to do. The person that made this game updated it like 1,000 times. There's so much good content in this game. I've gone back to it multiple times. It's a solid 1, and I think it's going to go pretty far. Okay, we jumped around way too much. There's like 10 left here. Oh, fuck. This is original Smite. This is not Smite 2. The best MOBA. Sorry. Everybody that's throwing tomatoes. It's not League, it's not Dota, it's not Han, it's not Here's the Storm. This is the best MOBA. This was the most fun MOBA. From 2015 to like 2018. This shit was scorching hot fire. Scorching fire. Unk thinks he's right. You just weren't there. You weren't there when Hi-Rez actually was trying to make and push this game, and they put a ton of time into it. There was so much like community shit around this game. They were adding shit like every fucking day, it felt like. They were so hungry to have like a fun game that was in the genre. And now the Ninja Turtles are in it. And Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is... And then they made the second game, and I don't even know why they made a second game. Like, why did they even make... It's because Unreal Engine is just so dated. Unreal 3, right? They had to do it at some point because probably finding developers for Unreal 3 is probably incredibly difficult. It was more fun as a casual MOBA. That's how I played it. It was just a really good time. And the gods, yeah, original characters are cool, but it's actually awesome. I thought it was really cool to see, oh wait, we're gonna have all the gods ever fight each other? You know, oh, there's Apollo versus Ares. Oh, and don't forget about, like, not just the Greek gods. Yes, I did. Yeah, I made Smite breakdown videos. Oh my god, do I have to watch that? Fine. We watch this like once every few years to embarrass me.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? Jerma here with Smite Sunday. Welcome to the first Smite Sunday on this channel, where I break down a god or I show you a good gameplay.
Every Sunday.
Talk about it potentially.
I did this 3 times.
But today,
I did this 3 times.
Going to first
this video might have the least amount of views on my whole original channel.
It's because Anubis is one of those characters in this game that he's not a free god. He's not one of the free gods when you install the game. But he's the one that I feel like everybody unlocks first.
True.
And then plays him completely incorrectly. I was one of these people that when I first downloaded this game, I said, oh my god, Anubis, the god of the dead. Oh my god, I get this guy. I gotta play with him and see. He's so cool. And I would just get trashed on. And that's because Anubis is one of the most damaging gods in the game. But he also dies incredibly easily and incredibly quickly. So I figured because of my early struggles with Anubis,
Why is your
I
voice
figured
so
it'd be
handsome?
a good one to start with. Anubis,
It's
the god
called
of the
the
dead,
radio
the
YouTuber
Egyptian
voice.
lord
I'm
of
making a video
destruction.
voice.
That's not even true, but it's Anubis, the god of the dead. So instead of reading off of the wiki page and telling you all the damage numbers, which are very, very easy to find on the internet, I'm just going to tell you what the moves
Google
do
it.
and
Go
when
Google
you should
it.
be
This is a
utilizing them, when
tutorial.
you should be not using them.
I'm not going to tell you what the moves do or what they are, but like just go Google that.
Which is Plague of Locusts. It's on the 1 key, skill key number 1. And upon activation, Anubis will stand still and launch out a bunch of bugs at people in a cone. Kind of disgusting. It lasts for 3 seconds and ticks for damage every 0.5 seconds. So when should you use this move? Now, I would typically say that this should be part of your non-ultimate combo. I'll get into that in a few minutes.
Stop. So it sounds like an AI voice.
But as part of your
It does
when
sound like
should
an AI
you
voice.
use this?
I don't like hearing
So
him
moving
act
on,
like he
let's talk
knows
about his
things.
2, which is arguably his best move,
Oh, stop
and that
it.
move is called Mummify.
What's the most
And
viewed part of
it's
this
a little
video?
bit better in Team
Right here.
2. You wrap up an enemy with your Mummify, and you instantly place your grasping hands underneath them.
Oh, that's
and
a
while
good
they're
tip.
still wrapped up, getting them in the cone of your locust swarm, you do your
intro.
1 instantly as well if you're close enough.
The
That's-
intro, and then it falls off like crazy.
I guess you're assuming
That's called I accidentally clicked this, and I didn't want to actually
close
watch
enough.
this.
It takes some
What happened
practice
here?
but late game you can really, let's just say for instance you do this to somebody at level 20. You're both max level, both of you are equally as fed, and you don't kill them. This person knows you don't have any moves left. You did every single move that Anubis had, and your ultimate's on cooldown. They know your ultimate's on cooldown because why wouldn't you have just ultimated them? So they might just come after you and just smoke you with some of their moves, because Anubis dies very quickly. So it's gauging these situations and knowing, okay, is there somebody in the jungle? Do I have a teammate nearby? Can I just kill this guy instantly, ticking over time? You're 1, you just people in a very, very large, you miss your Mummify. A raw Sunday. I'm going to break down Eric. Going to break down his moves, going to break down how I play him and some of the things you should be doing as Ares, and that's going to be next Smite Sunday. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys all next time.
Okay, how many views did this video have? Let me take a guess. I think this video has 40,000 views. 73,000 views. That's from hate watchers in the last few years. I've shouted this video out before. Those are hate watchers from the chat, for sure, without a doubt. That video had like 10,000 views for like 8 years. It's just hate watchers. It's fine. All right, let's keep going. Smite, it's a great game. It's my favorite MOBA. It's my only MOBA, let's be honest. That's a solid 2. Dude, Tactical Intervention. Okay, Tactical Intervention is one of the best awful games of all time. This was made by the guy that made Counter-Strike, and it was a huge deal at the time. Everybody talked about this. The guy that made Counter-Strike is making a new game, and it's gonna be fucking crazy. This is the best, goofiest, weirdest game I've ever played. There was a highway level on this game where you drove around in cars that were as light as a box that came in from Amazon. Like 40 pounds, like 20 pounds, 10 pounds. It was like a piece of furniture. It was like an IKEA furniture box. And if you crashed into somebody, they literally flew. The cars went flying. I have a video on this. Pull up the video. I'll pull up the video. Everything feels like it's in times 10 speed in the highway mode. I want to say the gameplay was not really that horrible. It was just so funny. People puke in this game. There's people, you have to like go rescue people, and they just kind of, they just puke all over themselves. The game is outrageous. It's so weird. Okay, so Tactical Intervention, again, one of the reasons why it's on this list is because of videos like this.
Everything is so loud. You are so loud. You are so loud right now.
I'm sorry.
Your microphone is so fucked.
Hey, look at this car. Oh,
Dude,
you can control this.
You just... What is the objective?
Oh my god! That wasn't even a player. That wasn't even a player.
Hold on.
That wasn't even a player, dude. There was just some guy on the highway. Like, why did they make this game like this?
What is the objective?
Like, look at this dude. That dude was already out of the car. It's fucking outrageous.
God, dude.
Did you hear that? Listen to that squeak. That somebody is literally like crushing me. Add an emote of you laughing and call it Jerma car crash.
Oh, I need to. My knees bring behind us. How do I drive? This car drives like a piece of shit.
Yeah, it does.
His microphone is awful.
Pointing?
Yeah. Why do I get the GPS? You didn't get the GPS.
I'm getting out. Can I? What is?
Oh. What the fuck just happened?
I can't.
I can't.
This is the hardest I've laughed in a long time.
Hottest.
Wait.
This is the best thing ever.
How's this guy doing? He looks like he's...
Oh, it's Boo!
He's just like looking at me, just beeping. He's just...
Alright, it's been a long time since I've seen this. That's pretty good. That was fucking crazy. Almost at 1 million subs. Wait, how many? 9? Okay. I'm at 994,000 subscribers on my dead channel. I need 6,000 more subs so I can get my YouTube gold bar. Where were we? I just did Tactical Pizza Tower. Awesome soundtrack. One of the best indie games of the last few years, at least the last few years. How much do I think about this, though? Pretty frequently, I think. Art style is amazing. The gameplay was fun. It could be frustrating at parts just because of the nature of having to run and get stuck on the walls and stuff. But the whole entire package, there's a lot of content. Boss fights are awesome. The ending sequence is one of the most stressful, fun, engaging ending sequences of a game in recent memory. 2. I love this Lord of the Rings game. Shadow of Mordor. Shadow of War is also great, but I'm going to kind of put them into this one, and this is the one category I want to use. It was fun just to run around, and the Nemesis system was one of the reasons why I wanted to put it on this list. Because having somebody that you kill, or that kills you, turn into this big bad boss that kind of follows you around, and then they never used it ever again. They built this whole algorithm, this whole thing based around a character that becomes your rival, that you have, that's strong. It will come and kick the shit out of you. If one of these random shitty orcs kills you, there's a chance that he'll be like, "Oh yeah, you fucking wanker," and that's exactly it. And he'll put his hand up, and it's like, boom, there he is. Now he's your nemesis. It was so much fun. Monolith made some awesome fucking games. Everybody wished that we would see more of the Nemesis system, that it just didn't really ever happen ever again. It's patented, that's why. The hardest difficulty, the Nemesis can be impossible to kill. It's just an overall great game too. Action RPG, Lord of the Rings, voice acting's great, story is good. It's a solid 1 to 2 game experience, I think. I'm gonna give it a 1. I think it's just a solid, great, not eliminate this immediately game. This is one of the best games, probably the best indie game ever made. It is surely up there. And yes, is this life-changing? I don't know if it like changed my life as much as it changed. I just played it so much, and it was something that I cared about very deeply. Multiple times I've gone back to, again, 4 stars doesn't necessarily have to mean it like, I want to say that 4 stars can also mean something that, a game that you loved so much that you went back to play it potentially more than 10 times over the course of its life cycle. I have started Stardew Valley probably 20 times. I've played through a full year or 2 season at least 10 to 20 times. And I think that puts it into the category where it should be in one of the best games of all time for you. How many times can you play a game over and over again before you admit that it is probably one of your favorite games? So that's my reasoning for it being 4. And probably a ton of other people's as well. All right, Sims 3 and The Sims 4, these are both not 4s like Sims 1 and Sims 2, but I think they're both solid. And I'm going to put them both here. I'm going to put them both at 2. I think they deserve it, because putting them both at 2 will actually make me have to choose effectively, eventually, which one is better. I'm trying to remember, because the problem with 3 for me is 3 becomes 4 in my mind. 1 and 2 are so distinct in my brain that I can pinpoint them. But a lot of times 3 becomes 4 when I think back on Sims. And I think it's because of the art style. They did a distinct change in how this game looks after 2, and I don't love it. I preferred the art style of 1 and 2. Sims 3 is just a better Sims 4. Yeah, that I could understand. That makes total sense. I think 3 is probably a better game. You know what? I'm going to do this. The only reason why I like 4 is because of that video where, in the stream, where it's the hardest I've ever laughed in my entire life. That's why it's on this list. I wouldn't have even put it on here. I just think back to that stream where I thought I was actually going to die on video. When the dog was pissing in the house, the guy on drugs took his dog for a walk in his house, and it pissed all over it, and then he rolled around in it. And then the fact that there was like the shooting people mod, it was just, what a fucking wild day. I got hurt from that. That took years off my life. Dude, White Knuckle. Good old White Knuckle. One of my favorite games from last year. No, I never completed it. I did not beat this. This is one of the hardest games I've ever played. It really is. You get one chance to beat this. If you don't beat it in one go, you got to start the whole thing over again. And it is a brutal concept. It's all kind of generated in the procedural. It's a great experience, and I get why it's that way. Oh, even watching this, I'm like, oh man, I want to play it. I want to just climb up that ladder. Great game. Awesome. It's not even done, isn't it? Isn't it still kind of technically not complete? So it's kind of, it's like an early access game, isn't it? It's still in early access. The fluidness of the game and how you grab stuff, it actually does not give motion sickness at all. It's going to get a new region before the end of the summer. Dude, I'm not going to get to the end of that region. I can't even get past Act 2 or Act 3. I had to play the Super Mario RPG and Super Mario Galaxy music just to get to the end of Act 2. It's really good, though. I'll give it a 2. A lot of 2s in this category, but that just means they're seated correctly. Withering Realms comes out, I think, at some point in the next year. I did a full playthrough of this game not that long ago. Super unique. Clock Tower, Resident Evil. It's a great game. Things just get procedurally generated. The environments are also cool. It's a little clunky, but that's kind of cool. That's why I like it. I like it that it's a little janky and a little clunky. It turned out to be one of my favorite games of the last couple of years. OST is wonderful. Looking forward to the sequel, actual sequel. Exploration, survival kind of horror, rogue-like type games. Give this a look, genuinely, if you didn't look when I've talked about it 1,000 times before. I don't think this is a 4. I don't know if it's a 3 either. And I think it's a 1 or a 2, to be honest. But I think it has an opportunity to go from a 1 to a 3 once I actually do the eliminations and put it next to stuff. Wrestling Empire. You all asked about if there was going to be an M. Dickey game on here. There sure is. One of the funniest games ever made. This is one of the funniest video games you can play. If you are not laughing your way through this, I don't know how. I don't know what humor is to you. It's a 3-star. It is. There's no doubt in my mind that the amount of joy I got from this experience, the maybe 20 to 40 hours I put into this, I went back to it one other time off stream. It's just so fucking funny. The open world, I've read, you can go outside. Kind of like Hard Time. Just there's an operating world out there where everyone just like walks around and you can just beat the shit out of each other. Great. It's exactly where it needs to be for now. Okay. There are only like 20 something left. We're going to get this done. Let's do this one first. But what a perfect timestamp too. Oh my god, this is the perfect place to talk about why this game is the best boss fight in video game history. I could spend an hour telling you why this is one of my favorite games ever made, and I probably have already. Almost every area in this game is very well made. I don't look back on some of these zones that I've played in and go, oh, that was like okay. Oh, this zone kind of sucks. Maybe one of them. Maybe. That like Victorian era, like werewolf sort of British old clocks on the big clock towers. No one's ever done anything like that before, really, and no one's going to do anything of in the future. This is From Software's single greatest thing that they ever made, next to Elden Ring. I just wish it was 60 frames a second. This was in the era, too, of where From Software was just, they were kind of just making Dark Souls games. and this was going to be a little different. Like, well, how different? What do you mean? I remember seeing the initial trailer and teasers for this game and being like, what the fuck is this? This isn't Dark Souls. There's no medieval guy with a knight suit of armor on. I love the setting. The DLC is awesome. Those last few areas in the DLC are some of the best zones in the whole game, period. I love that research facility. It's just so creepy. You probably can't even hear me talking right now because of the music, but, you know, it is what it is. PlayStation 4 exclusive, and it's a exclusive in my mind in the top 10, probably. You know it. I know it. We all know it. Bloodborne is the best game, single player, probably, of all time. Oh, it feels good. Hey, what about Blitz the League 2? Remember this game? Blitz is on here, the regular Blitz, as a arcade game, which you'll see in about 5 minutes. Again, you give me a game where I can just punch and kick somebody, and it's probably going to end up on this list. Let's see when somebody gets it like the Mortal Kombat style bone-breaking close-up. Somebody shatter their... Oh yeah, your balls can explode in this game. I forgot about your ball exploding. The career mode is just absolute chaos, too. Oh shit, it is the balls! It's his balls! Oh fuck! It's a good game. Original Dead Rising. I have fond memories of the stream of this game. It's Capcom, when Capcom just continues to not miss. The best part about this game is just the stress of having to deal with all the people. Giving somebody a gun in this game and having them not know how to use it is so funny. Or trying to run from point A to point B with 2 survivors with you, and you end up hitting one in the face like 5 times with a baseball bat accidentally because they're standing in the middle of all the zombies. Dead Rising 3 rules. I only have Dead Rising 1 on here because I think this is the one that I have the most fond memories of. Dead Rising 2 was good. Me and Stir played Dead Rising 3. And I think that was fun to make as a video, but not the same kind of memories I have playing this game and how fun this was. Dude, we got another 2. It just is. Very good. All right, this is the Demon Souls remake. No. This is Demon Souls. This is just Demon Souls. This is Demon Souls original. And I'm going to give this a 3. I also would give the Demon Souls remake a 3. So pretend that it's on this list because they're effectively, I'd put them in the same place. I think Demon Souls is better than Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3. And people have told me that was a stupid take. But Demon Souls to me is, I like the kind of haunted house. It's just a bunch of goofy shit to do. All the areas are just so weird. It has aura. It's also their first game. It's their first game in this kind of way to make them. This third-person action, pick up your souls, boss battles, dodge roll game. This is the first time they made one. They made King's Field. They made all that. But this Demon Souls was the first time they got that formula so perfectly correct for the first time. From Software had like 30 games before Demon Souls. It's just they perfected the formula for this exact kind of genre. And it's why I'm going to give it a 3. It deserves it. And the remake would get that too. Oh, dude, let's go with EDF. EDF 4 specifically. Was there anything more fun than just getting a group of friends and just shooting monsters? And I know I used that argument against why I don't like Diablo 4, because I just used their... That's like what they did in press releases, and I just kind of said that. But not if it's a Diablo game, right? If it's not a Diablo game, then slaying monsters is great. There's 500 levels in this game. There's so many weapons. Collecting the weapons was so addicting. It has some of the most fun gunplay. Just perching up somewhere with one of the long-range rocket launchers and just smoking people. Especially those frog enemies. Getting a frog right in the face with a rocket launcher from like 3 miles away. It's a fantastic video game. Awesome co-op game. One of the most fun co-op games ever. And they've made the same game like 10 times. So if you play EDF 4, you've played probably all of them. But that doesn't mean that they're all not amazing. The scale is fun. The amount of enemies on the screen is amazing. EDF is going to get a 2 out of 4. Nintendo. Oh, that's a jump scare. Those of you that don't remember what the Labo was, it was a Switch 1 game that was building... I can't listen to this guy right now. It was building cardboard toys. What am I drinking? What like weird potion is this?
It's this one.
So you followed the instructions on the screen, and you built this thing, and then that thing could be played as a toy, whether through the Switch or not.
No, I'm fine. It's okay.
I actually loved these things. Tons of fun on stream. Did I eat that?
Ate it. Wasn't even that hard. You know, I was actually thinking of like what a funny joke might be.
This is comedian Jeremy. This is comedy Jeremy.
Like, okay, here's the Nintendo Labo. Are we ready, guys? Here it comes. And then just burn it in front of you.
That would have been awesome. It's sick. Oh, dude, comedy Jeremy. It was just you getting wasted. What the fuck? No fucking way. No way. No way. I'm wearing the same shirt that I wore 10 years ago. Dude, that's weird. That's actually creepy.
I can't do that.
That's creepy. Why do I have this shirt still? It was so much fun, though. It is some of the most fun I've had on stream. The actual toys, I did all of them. I did every Labo. There was 3 or 4 of them. It was so much fun. I'm gonna have to. I want to give this. I'm giving it 3. I'm giving it 3 because it was so fun. Those streams was so much fun. I remember them so fondly. This is Rock Band. Rock Band 3 specifically. Going back to my college years and everybody having an instrument that they played. There was the guitar. There was the drums. There was the singing. This was a way to bring buddies together and just have a great time. Didn't matter how good you were, how bad you were, the difficulty was fine. I missed this era. This was an era of, yeah, this harmonics had a stranglehold on the entire video game industry for a few years. But yeah, rocking out and having one of your buddies just be like, I'll wait for you there like a stone. Right, it was just like, that dude, he's just having fun, and we're having fun too, and I'm jamming out on the drums. So it sits pretty high for me. It was just a co-op experience. So many fun tracks. I actually learned a lot of music that I didn't really even know from this game. Being introduced to a bunch of rock songs that I had really never even heard of by this time in college, because this came out when I was in college. I'm gonna give it a 2. Do they even still make games like this? Does rock? No, people don't. We need people to get together again. This is the Wonder Book.
Now use your brush to sweep the dirt away. Sweep
This
the brush over the page.
this thing was
Clear away
fucking
the dirt.
stupid. But
That's it.
I still have it.
Interesting.
I have a Wonder Book still.
Your first dinosaur. I wonder what it is.
He did the thing! He did the thing! He did the thing!
Now, pick up the
Wait, hold on a second. He did the thing.
fossils and slot them in.
I did the same thing in my video.
Your first dinosaur.
So the Wonder Book was a peripheral where it was a blue book that had nothing in it. It was just sort of, there was X's all over it. I could probably go get it. Actually, I don't even know where it is. It's probably, it's in a box somewhere. I'd have to go look for it. And this thing, you held it in front of the PlayStation camera, like this. You put it on the ground, face up like this. And it was AR. So it would pick up from the camera and put shit in your hands in the book. And it was actually really kind of fun to play. I can imagine being 12 and loving it. Activision milked it into the fucking core of the earth. But there was some fun edutainment stuff on it. I think some of my favorite videos I made on the original channel were Wonder Book videos. I did every single Wonder Book, I think except for one. Cause see, yeah, you had the PlayStation Move camera thing. You know what I'm talking about? That little like dildo thing. You know what I'm talking about? The PlayStation Move thing. You know what I'm talking about, right? What? It's like 10 o'clock at night. I can't make some fucking R-rated humor. But anyways, you had the PlayStation Move things they lit up. You could have said microphone. I don't give a shit.
Really hard so she can see it.
It was so goofy. You needed 3 different peripherals to even get this thing to work. This was probably like a $300 investment. Or more. I don't even remember how much those things were. This shit's getting a 1. Yeah. All right, WWE 2K14. What are we, the last 10, the last 15, last 20? WWE 2K14. Why is this on the list? Because this is the last WWE game where people could have hands that were as big as their body. This is where all the Jerma Rumbles were made. Were made in 2K13 and 2K14 specifically. The character creator was so good. I made a 1-for-1 pixel-for-pixel Earthworm Jim. I ain't never seen anybody make something that good. I'm gonna toot my horn a little bit. That Earthworm Jim in Jerma Rumble 3 was... I'm not sure anybody's made something better, just to be accurate and be honest. But yeah, it was... These were the games that I made all those videos in. Unfortunately, it ran like absolute shit if you had more than like 100 created characters, which I did. But as a wrestling game, I actually don't know. I've never played it. I have no idea. What's the gameplay like in this game? I don't know. I only had CPUs fight each other, and I just made characters. It's a 2. Oh, this is my video on this. Okay, this is the U-Star in the movies thing. More PlayStation 3 slop. PlayStation 3 iToy slop, whatever it was called.
You little shit, it's not a tumor, okay? I'm gonna strangle your parents, okay? That's what's gonna happen to them. I'm gonna put my hands around their neck and strangle them.
The best part about this is the SNL live studio audience kind of thing of looking off to the right side to make sure I'm still in frame, as if I'm reading a cue card. They do this on SNL.
I'm gonna strangle your parents, okay?
Like right here, ready?
I'm gonna put my hands around their neck and strangle them.
That kind of like look off to the side of, I gotta make sure I'm saying the right shit, and what do I say after this? Maybe I should play this again. You put yourself into movie scenes, they cut out the actor and you replace the actor.
Where is she? Go find her.
Lost is in dead, sir. She passed away last night.
They give you like a karaoke style prompts to read, and then it plays the scene.
I've got bad news.
Bad news, huh? What is it?
Apparently your brother, Glenn Ross, is on his way here. He wants to do a quick audit.
An audit? How did you let that happen? How could he have come in here? Where's his mother?
The only problem is that we just lost Janet. On check stand 3, her shift is about to begin.
Shit.
I'm standing up.
Dead, sir. She passed away last night.
She's dead. She died. Why wasn't I informed about this?
I don't think so, sir.
No, you should know that because I'm the boss of this whole place. You need to inform me of these things. You're fucking fired. Pack up your bags and get out of here. And take that dog with you.
This was so much fun. It's getting a 1. It's great, but can it really compare? Also in the same vein, this one too. This is you're in the movies, not you star in the movies.
I think I'm just doing fat suit next time.
They were shushing me.
Jeez.
Rates this film E for
Dial
everyone.
M for a menu. Today's meal is murder. There's plenty to eat when murder's on the menu. Murder
Who
at the
even
mansion.
dies here?
Everyone has a motive. Everyone has a secret. Everyone is a suspect.
What was the dancing?
Who has the last
the green
laugh
behind me?
when a joke goes too far? But who is to blame?
Oh.
Who is guilty of murder at the mansion?
It's the guy in the red shirt. He's attacked and he's hurt everybody.
Okay, this game is incredible because everything that you're seeing is not me acting in front of a camera. You play a series of mini games that are pump up the balloon, jump over the hurdles. And the game then takes your mini game video footage and puts it into a movie. So it's not you acting, it's you punching a punching bag. And then they take that footage, they take random snapshots of it and put it in the game. It's really fun. I put it in the same category as U-Star. Gauntlet Legends, I'm already looking at it, but we'll get to that in a second. I already did a few of these. Why is Tomodachi Life not on here? Has to be something I can't have come out this year. I need to have some time to think on it. So where do we stand right now? Because as of right now, there's almost 101 stars, 85 2, 53 3s, and 74s. Oh my goodness. I feel like that's going to change very soon here tomorrow. But let's get them all seated correctly. A lot of those 4s are probably 3s, maybe. That's very possible. We'll find out. So, This is arcade cabinets, arcade machines. Let's just start. We did Arm Champs already. Big Bertha gone. Cracky Crab good. 2. D&D Tower of Doom. One of the best arcade beat 'em ups. Awesome to play with a group of 4 people. It's kind of like that Golden Axe. You could cast spells. Sticks to snakes. Hold person. I still reference this to this day. That's an awesome boss fight, by the way. You only get to see the end of it. It was very tough. I love the different classes got their kind of different D&D spells. Hold person. Everything was great. Played really well. The hits really hit. Is this better than some of the other ones, though? Probably. Amazing art. Oh, yeah, the art's awesome. See, down here, you have your abilities in your hand. Let's see, hammer, 9. That means it's a great game. I'm going to give it a solid 1. Die Hard Arcade. This is the, remember I told you about the Dreamcast version, which was Dynamite Cop? This is Die Hard Arcade. It's the arcade version, and they didn't have the licensing to make it on the Dreamcast, but it's still a great game. This is the better version. I probably spent in total like $200 on this game over the course of 2 or 3 straight years playing this every weekend. That's probably an exaggeration, but it might not be. I remember going to the arcade and just dumping whole dollars into this. Definitely better than, where I would put it is better than the D&D one. One of my favorite arcade games of all time. One of my favorite arcade cabinets of all time. The quick time events were awesome. It was super fun just to pick up random shit on the ground and shoot it. Awesome co-op game. 3 stars. Deserves it. Dude, Gauntlet Legends. Where do you think this is gonna go? Judging by how many times you've heard me repeat the narrator's voice lines over the last 15 years, do you really think it's gonna be lower than a 2? It's 4. This game tracked your progress, and it was awesome to kind of go up there and punch in your password and your initials. And you'd go up there, you know, you might be up there with a few strangers. It's just, oh yeah, hey, you know, J-E-R, and then here's my little password. Oh, what's that? I've got like a level 50 wizard. What are you rocking with? Don't worry, I'll carry us. What do you need? You want us to kill shit? Because then you would level them up, and they'd get experience from doing it. I was that dude. I would love to do a Horseman stream of this, but I wonder how good this is to watch. Does it still hold up this many years later? I'm not even sure how we would even do that. I've beaten this game probably 50 times in the arcade. Made by Atari. They developed and published it. Atari developed Gauntlet Legends. They ported this to the N64 at one point, but the arcade version is way better. The N64 version runs at like 18 frames a second, like 10 frames a second. This one's the best version for sure. I think it's a different game too. Metal Slug, classic. Somebody actually was screaming in the chat yesterday saying, "Where's Metal Slug? How can he not have it on his list?" I'm not sure it's as high. I'm gonna give this a 1 because I'm debating, but no, I think that's good. I think it's good, and it can rise up the ranks if it needs to. Mortal Kombat 3 stars. Boom, done. Don't need to read it. Don't need to say anything about it. This is the best Mortal Kombat in the classic era. Best characters, best character kind of class synergies. Whatever the fucking that word means. Who cares? Look it up. It's got the best character. What is the word? It's got the best characters. Move on. Just say characters. Cabal and Smoke were my 1 and 2s. Roster, thank you. Variety, thank you. Cast, thank you. Selection, thank you. Movesets, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Metal Slug, come on, dude. Best Mortal Kombat out of 1, 2, and 3. But I think the first one was the most impactful, but I think this one was like more fun of a game. What did I give Mortal Kombat 1? I think I gave it 4. No, I gave it 3. Okay, no, that's fine. I think that they're on the right place. Look at all these games. Look at all these games that are about to be eliminated in one day. Fatalities were a PogChamp. Original NFL Blitz in the arcade is also a 3. This is the first cabinet I would go to at the arcade every time. I would find my way there. I would just be shuffling through everybody. Where is that Blitz cabinet? Because I'm getting there and I'm gonna get 5 touchdowns in a row. Let's go. One of my favorite arcade games. Not necessarily one of my favorite video games of all time, but one of my favorite arcade cabinets of all time. But not quite all the way. There was just something about, because I don't even like football, but I like NFL Blitz football. NFL Blitz League is also good. They're in the same category, but I think this one is better. This one's more fun. More arcadey. Am I allowed to make this lower than a 2? I don't think so. I showed you my pants, and these have been on the whole time. I didn't just go put these on break to make a point. I thought I was muted. That would have been so funny. If I would have... Oh, too bad. That would have been sick if I was muted. And all you hear is Pac-Man music, and me standing up being like... Oh my god. Okay. That's actually where I think it belongs. It's great. But I don't think... I think it needs to fight for it. I think I need to see it fight for it. Do I really love Pac-Man? Because Pac-Man's going to have to go through a gauntlet if Pac-Man truly deserves to be up at like 2 or 3. You love his wife. This is the big one. This is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the actual arcade cabinet. There was a bowling alley that was down the street from where I lived when I was a kid, and this thing was lit up like a Christmas tree. Going to that bowling alley, you knew you were going to play some bowling, a string or two with your friends. You're going to turn around, and there was going to be this awesome, gorgeous display. That Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles right on the top. The lights were there. It was like a blue, purple. You could hear this volume from a mile away, too. You could hear it. You could hear people playing it. This is the best arcade game of all time. I am completely and totally ready to tell you that. Best arcade game ever made. Now, is that better than a best N64 game ever made? Let's listen for a minute and we'll find out. Somebody said Turtles in Time is better? I'm sorry, I can't. That's like me picking between which one of your twins do you like more? Hey, can you pick your son or your daughter that you like more? No, I can't. I'm not gonna choose between my children. They're both perfect games. Turtles in Time Son? No. Ninja Turtles Arcade Cabinet Son or Turtles in Time Daughter. But it's a 4 and it's wonderful. It's amazing. It's one of the best games of all time. At least in the arcade. Also, another one of these 4-star experiences, of course, it's going to be The Simpsons. And because, let's listen to this because it's fun. Oh, he didn't do the whole thing. Is this how many 4-star arcade games have there been? Only one. Because this is the other one. Beat 'em ups just... No, wait a minute, there's another one. The game's just good. I've played this many times. If you were a fan of the show at this period in life, this was awesome. Everybody loved this show. This, the animation domination on Fox. The Simpsons during this period is the best seasons of The Simpsons came out during this period. So not only did they have one of the best TV shows, they had one of the best games too. Isn't that crazy? Imagine if they had made a movie at this point, not decades later. Imagine having one of the best video games, the best TV shows, and the best movies, all within a year or two of each other. That would be crazy. It's a 4. The second of there's 2 wrestling arcade games. I already rated one of them. It was for the PlayStation as well, though. This one's only for arcades. This was also at the bowling alley. What a great bowling alley. They had so many great bangers. There were 3 cabinets at that bowling alley. It was Ninja Turtles, this wrestling game, and then it was a light gun game, and I just don't remember. It's out of my brain. It was awesome. You're being too lenient? Well, I'm not going to be able to be in about 24 hours. It's good. It's a 1. This game could have like 7 people playing it. The X-Men beat 'em up game. That's the first time I've ever been able to do that. I've tried to do that even on stream before, and I've never been able to do that. I did it pretty good. You just woke my dog up? Oh, who's a good boy? Oh, hey, you, come on. Who's the best dog ever? Are you a good dog? There, I fixed it. Your dog likes me now. Yeah, this cabinet was so weird, and it always was fucked up. So this had to be a dual screen. They had to have, because the cabinet was so huge, you could have 6 people playing this at the same time. There had to be 2 CRTs right next to each other. And one of them was always weirdly calibrated, and the brightness and the contrast was just wrong. So you'd have this problem where this side of the screen looked fine, but this side of the screen was like sepia toned. It used mirrors? Wait, it wasn't 2 screens? Wait, how did it use a mirror? It was a mirror? Wait, wouldn't that just mirror the image? It was big across. How did that work? Look it up. It's crazy. One side had a mirror in the lower part of the cabinet. What? X-Men arcade machine mirrors. Hold on a second here. I want to look at this. I want to put this on stream.
Hey guys, we are in the basement, and today we're going to talk about a game
This guy's got such a sick setup.
1992 by Konami.
Oh my god, is this this dude's house?
Actually pretty crazy. It is a 6-player
Holy
game,
shit.
and it's one of the largest video game arcade
He's got the
cabinets
original
I've ever
Mario.
seen in my life. It actually has 2 25-inch monitors, but the game is not here. It's at my friend
Wait, hold
Adam's
on.
arcade. Why don't we get in the car, take a drive? Strike, he's got a Neo side of this and hide. Have you ever thought, which is kind of, do you like that? That's kind of weird.
Like Colossus, his mute
3 feet across. I mean, it's insanity. And it actually does a really good job with the mirrors to line up the 2 images.
What?
I mean, you can kind of see a scene, but it's not that distracting. Again, this is 2 25-inch monitors that are next to each other. I mean, this picture is gigantic. It's like, how far across? It's like 3 feet across. I mean, it's insanity. And it actually does a really good job with the mirrors to line up the 2 images. I mean, you can kind of see a scene, but it's not that distracting.
I can't believe this. I've never heard of this
Since I'm
before.
over here, I'll be Nightcrawler.
All right, and I will be this Colossus
So that's
dude.
why it looks
All right,
so weird
Now, Adam
sometimes?
doesn't have this on free play, so we have to kind of coin up
It's both 2 screens reflected to be next to each other.
manually here.
Nightcrawler, Colossus. That's actually crazy. I did not know that. Wow. But yeah, sometimes that other screen would be totally messed up. It'd be like green. I wonder why. Was it just the mirror just dirty? It's just like a dirty ass mirror? Emulate this on an ultra wide monitor? That would be crazy. It's awesome. It's getting a 2. Oh my god, that's it. They've all been seeded. The seeding process has become completed. And that's just phase 1. So what do we got? I'm going to zoom out a little, actually. Dude, that's a good game. Okay, so how this is going to work is, so there's 101 1-star games, 89-2, 56-3, 73-4. So I do agree. I agree with some of the people that have said, hey, dude, it seems to line up well until you get to 3 and 4. I would say there's probably 20 games on the 4 list that probably should be 3s. But we'll see. What's going to happen tomorrow? I'm going to click next on this. We're going to go to the next round. Round 2 is going to take every 1-star game, and they're all going to go against each other. So there'll be, I'll press next. All the 1-star games are going to get shuffled. Going to go, and then it's going to line up 3 random 1-star games. I have to pick 1 to move on. The other 2 are eliminated. Gone. It's not a, well, I can like put that at 1 star. They're just deleted. Once that's done, anything that made it past that round is going to be qualified as a 2-star. The 2-star games, after that round, it's going to be a 1v1 for things that are 2-starred to place them into 3. So we go up that way. The final round is everything that has been determined a 3 and 4-star game. We're going to do, baked into this same site, a big giga tier list with the final, probably top 100, top 70, whatever it is. So Sonic Heroes can still win. Only if it's added to the website before tomorrow and I do it on stream. So no, I don't think it still has a chance. But yeah, the tier list is going to be fun because one of the reasons why I didn't want to do like a 4-star elimination bracket is because everything that I'm giving 3 and 4 stars is considered to me to be one of my favorite games of all time, one of my favorite impactful things that's happened, right? If you put up 3 4-star games, or even 3 3-star games, and I have to get rid of 2 or 3 of them, I feel like you're removing stuff that I don't actually want to have removed from the final list. So we're only consolidating from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and then 3 and 4 are just going to be mushed together on the same list. But, you know, tiered out. So I'm excited. It's going to be fun. Thanks for sticking around. I know that these have been longer streams and they've been a lot of just kind of info. But the seeding rounds have been very important just to kind of get it preliminarily where they need to be. And then they start dropping as of tomorrow. It's going to be pretty sad when Killer Instinct loses to Leisure Suit Larry 5.